Do y'all understand the difference between Dr. Pepper and Dr. Thunder? That's gonna come in handy today. That's gonna come in handy today. You feel me? Do y'all understand the difference between Dr. Pepper and Dr. Thunder? Because that's pretty much the things. Before I even get into this video, Umar starting his own version of FBA. So let me get this straight. You got a guy that's starting a fake version of FBA, and he think that's gonna work when they can't get a real version of Pan-Africanism to work. Let that sink in, let that sink in, let that sink in right there, man. If you can't get a real version of Pan-Africanism to work, you can't get a fake version of FBA to work. That's like saying Sanchez, the fucking the fake Nikes is better than the real felines. Hey, check this out, right? Drop it in the chat room right now. You rather have fake Nikes or real felines? Because check this out, right? Pan-Africanism is real felines. Now listen, Pan-Africanism is real felines. They ain't fake. Them felines real. But what Umar Johnson is doing, right? He's saying, fuck these real felines. I'm gonna make me some fake Nikes. Hold up. You know I had to roast this one. Wait a minute. So let me get this straight. Let this sink in a minute before we start the roast session, right? Shout out to my brother D-Dub Exclusive. He said Umar scammed Johnson trying to pay his law. Damn right. Bro, you trying to be a builder of a school, a principal of a school, the teacher in the school, at the same time, the prince of Pan-Africanism, the prince of a knockoff FBA movement. Bro, you got a lot going, bro. You got so much shit going on, it's hard to take you serious, man. Bro, you got a lot going on. So he's no longer the prince of Pan-Africanism. See, what the prince of Pan-Africanism is, that's like saying, I'm the owner of Feli. But Umar saying, fuck that, you know. I'm now the new owner of the fake Nike company. So Umar said, to hell with these real Felis. They ain't working. Nike blowing up, man. Look at Nike. So he like, fuck it. We just gonna, you know, our shit gonna be called shiesties, right? We gonna have So listen, no brother, these are the air shiesties. See, these are the air shiesties, my brother. These are the air. You know he like to repeat himself. Oh man. Yeah, bro, you got the air shiesties. And bro said, listen, these real felines ain't working. Because Pan-Africanism is a real legit movement. It just ain't working for us. But Umar know that. If it was, he wouldn't have to be. See, if Pan-Africanism had all the answers, why would you have to make a new movement that's modeled similar to FBA? That's like a nigga saying, look, man, I'm gonna copy off Coca-Cola, but my shit gonna be Sam's Choice Cola. You know what I'm saying? Again, Dr. Thunder and Dr. Pepper. And see, this is what DAFA is. Once you take a sip of that shit, you gonna know immediately you get what the hell you pay for, man. It's a reason why Dr. Pepper is Dr. Pepper. And they tell you right there on the bottle, this shit been established before any little knockoff came. We was here since 1885. Authentication. So Umar got the Dr. Thunder, but you notice ain't no year on there. Ain't no established date. It's some new shit out there. And look, it tastes like Dr. Pepper, but not quite. It's like man and mankind. Now, I don't know what Umar owned, bro, but we finna see in this video. Let's check it out.
Used as a political shield. Now, you're not saying that outright.
Why did he get the contract? Jay-Z was brought to the NFL's table to deflect from the fact that they didn't want to give Colin Kaepernick his job back. Jay-Z knew he was being used as pass interference.
See, what people don't realize, Jay-Z had just made a huge deal with the Brooklyn Nets. And Jay-Z compromised in the deal. He only took like a 0.1% of the team, like he had a small share. But if you look up what Jay-Z did, he finessed. Jay-Z didn't make a lot of money from the Brooklyn Nets deal, but he wanted to see the Nets in Brooklyn, and he also wanted to leverage power in the sporting community. So after Jay-Z made the Brooklyn Nets deal, right, which was a success, then the NFL was like, let me listen to what the hell Jay-Z got to say. Like, he's a good businessman. He knows something about sports. If you really go look into it, you'll realize if Jay-Z wouldn't have been so successful with the Nets, the NFL, he probably wouldn't have even done had the NFL thing. Not to say that Umar wrong. I'm not saying Umar wrong about deflecting from Colin Kaepernick. I don't know about all that. All I know is he had already proven that he's a good businessman. So, you know.
He knew he was being used as pass interference. And if you remember, when he first came to the table, he got a lot of backlash from Black America. Remember? They got on him about that.
Yes.
So you not going to do nothing about Kaepernick's job? No, he ain't going to do nothing about Kaepernick's job.
What y'all think about that? Because I ain't gonna lie. You got to keep it real. It's every man for theyself. You got to keep it real. We live in a capitalistic country. And if the NFL about to give me millions of dollars and this Kaepernick want to kneel and do all that, I'm not finna let Kaepernick mess up my money, stupid. That's right. Because Kaepernick was getting over $250 million from Nike when he was losing money from the NFL. So Umar Johnson is a bad businessman, and it shows with the progress of his school. Because a man in his position don't have time to be gossiping online. Now, I'm gonna share some with y'all why he's a bad businessman. Colin Kaepernick didn't lose. Colin Kaepernick was a genius, see, and Umar just a dummy. Colin Kaepernick made more money from Nike than he ever would have made in his whole life in the NFL, stupid. That's right. See, because after Colin Kaepernick got kicked out the NFL, he became damn near the spokesperson for Nike, because during that time, Nike was going through a little ethnicity marketing thing where they was trying to cater to black people. Who remember that? Drop a one. Drop a one and tell. See, everybody think Colin Kaepernick was just losing and being a revolutionary. Colin Kaepernick was a genius. He saw what Nike was doing. Now go research and tell me I'm lying and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all don't know about history for real. And when you see the Colin Kaepernick kneeling situation, you think that, okay, this is revolutionary, and it might be, but that ain't what Colin had in mind as the foundation of it. Colin Kaepernick made more money from Nike by doing all that kneeling and all that, the publicity he got for that. Nike was working with him for the next couple of years after that. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Colin knew what he was doing. And I don't blame him. He don't gotta get injured. He don't gotta go to practice. His little stunt he pulled with the NFL was so big on a publicity level, on an ethnic marketing level, Nike hopped all over that, man. Colin Kaepernick made more money from Nike than he would have ever made, man, in his NFL career. So why would I lose my money? The NFL about to give me hundreds of millions of dollars, and I'm going to lose out on it, even though Colin Kaepernick getting the bag. He know what he doing. I'm going to lose my money, though. Yeah, you. This is why you can't listen to this guy.
And if you ain't talking no dough, then I ain't interested. Look, they say the sky's the limit, I'm going far the next. She keep blowing on my phone, so I called her mama, come get your daughter back. They just want a little bit of fame, get them boys whack. Little one eye, bust your brain, but get a hard hat. They say the sky's the limit, I'm going farther. They can try to, but can't kill me. I'm immortal. I just bought a life, as and did a side, come with that order. You lazy, the reason you broke, you don't know how to hustle.
Been lifing, you know, everything just been lifing. You been lifing, you know, everything just been positive so much, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
How was your trip?
Quick, nice and quick. It was all right.
Delta is always a blessing. I love Delta.
White folks always asking you, who are you? Because they see all the black people stopping.
Yeah.
You know, taking pictures.
Oh, man, get your ass out of here. Them days over. Ain't nobody stopping like that for Umar like that no more, bro, and you against FBA? How many of y'all believe that? Drop a 1 if you believe it. Drop a 2 if he capping. Now, back in the day, right? Back in the day, Umar was that nigga. And back in the day, guess what? We loved Umar, including me. That's when he was talking about the school system. That's when he was going around preaching about how the school system is treating our challenged children. Let's use the word challenged, right? That was the revolutionary Umar. That Umar right there was so big, I never could have foresaw him arguing with Sarah Sunseti. When Umar started communicating with regular Negroes online like that, then I started looking at him like he ain't that big. And that's when I realized bro might be a grifter, because anybody with that many degrees and that much success working in the school system like what he said, don't end up just another YouTube and podcaster online arguing with niggas like Seti. You just don't see it. But he definitely went from sugar to shit, in my opinion. And to me, it's because Umar stopped worrying about being a revolutionary for the kids in the school system, and he was worrying about being the king of YouTube. So he shifted his focus from a passion of advocating for the kids into stunting on niggas and going back and forth with different entities on YouTube, which is where he's at now, bickering with FBA and hating on that. And you just can't do everything. You can't build a school, manage a school, be the principal at the school, the teacher at the school, the prince of Pan-Africanism, the king of DAFA, and then you know he got a lot of spiritual titles, like, you know, the Wind Whisperer and Ogun son, shit like that, you know. The child of you know, Olaroon and all this here, shit like that,
you know. And they like, who?
And you can't forget he's a Ifa Tunde priest. Bro is a jack of all trades. And bro gonna hit me on the shoulder. And you're forgetting one thing, my brother. I am a lion tamer as well, my brother.
Who are you? I'm like, nobody. I'm just an activist.
You know, black people love you. That's one thing I will say. I want to start with something that I seen online. Drewski posted you.
Bro got the Louis drip on it. He put it on, innit?
For people who don't know, Drewski was seen courtside with Sky Bree. She is an OnlyFans star.
Okay.
And he posted you and said, Dr. Umar, I'm sorry.
Okay.
She is a snow bunny. What is your response to Drewski posting you and him going that route?
Shout out to Drewski. Of course, politically, I don't support interracial relationships. I don't support it for anyone. That includes Drewski. I don't know why they were courtside together, so I don't want to be presumptuous. They could have just been hanging out.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Umar really messed his career up because he used to be a person that had a serious calling for these kids in the school system. And now he just a Tasha K online talking about who dating who, hanging out with Drewski, who we know was a huge friend of Diddy. Like, bro, dude's just weird to me because when he was all on Sukiana. So bro got a problem with interracial relationships. But the thing about him, he ain't in a relationship at all. You know what I mean? If you love black women like that, bro, you would get you one of them and you would, you know, build your family. That's right. Right? Because the thing about interracial dudes who date interracial, that includes black women. That's right. That's what you're forgetting. The dude that is dating interracially, he dates black women too. Dates all women, okay? But you, my friend, see the dude in the interracial situation, he may settle down with a white woman. If it don't work out, he get with a black chick. That don't work out. He open the deal with any chick, right? But the key word, a lot of them are in relationships. Umar is just a womanizer, a bachelor dude, like really living like a teenage boy. No obligations, no good relationship with his kids, and all of the things that a man his age and his position should be worried about, he's not. He just a podcasting Tasha K ass nigga, in my opinion. Now, y'all know I ain't gonna bite my tongue, but let's go on with the roast.
I didn't hear him say he's dating her.
Right.
I didn't hear her say she's dating him. So for all we know, just two celebrities went out to enjoy a game together. So I'm not going to make too much of it. I think he's very clear on where I stand as it relates to interracial relationships because of the conversation he and I had on one of his episodes of It Could Have Been Love.
Yes.
So, you know, he knows exactly where I stand. With that being said, I think black men need to stop playing around when it comes to interracial dating.
I'm gonna tell you what niggas don't need. Oh, you hear the police? Oh shit.
There was a report that...
Oh shit. I hear the police, nigga. Oh shit. What the fuck? Hey, hide your white girls. Hide your white bitch. Hey, nigga, tuck your chain in. Hide your white bitch. Nigga, the shaft sheriff is here. Who? The penis patrolman. Nigga, nigga, hide your white bitch. Uh-oh, they knocking at the goddamn door. Sir, step on out of there. Sir, I see the white bitch. I see her, sir. Oh my God, Becky, get your ass in the closet. God damn it. Damn it. She's Asian? Oh, throw her in the closet too, God damn it. Who is it? It's the wee-wee wardens. Who? The wee-wee wardens. Put up your white bitch right now. Who is it again? The dick detectives. They're outside. Come on. The shaft sheriffs are in town.
Came out not long ago.
The balls bailiffs. The testicle tyrants are in town. Oh, my shit, boy, hide your white bitch. The balls bailiffs are in town. Oh, shit.
Ago that said at the current rate of miscegenation in the black community, if black men and women, but mostly men, continue to reproduce outside of their community, by 2050, most African Americans will be mixed race and they will not identify as black.
It's not my responsibility to keep the race black, nigga. Don't you know it's every man's obligation as a man to choose where he want to sow his seed at and what kind of fruit he want to bear from what kind of earth he want to plant it in, nigga. The moment I let Umar dictate my dick decisions, This is weird now. Because if you're a black man and you may say, well, I want mixed children. I want to get with me a white woman. I think I will make beautiful kids with a white woman. That's your prerogative. This is some black men. Niggas ain't dating and saying, I want to keep black folk the species. Nigga, black is a social status. You hear what I'm saying? Black is a social status. It's a social status. You don't have sex, right, and make black people. Black people are made from society and social construct. It's not genetics. Black, your ethnicity has nothing to do with your genetics, and I'll debate Umar on it. That's why when niggas don't talk a certain way, don't dress a certain way, don't eat a certain way, what do we tell them? Bro, you ain't black. And if a white boy talk a certain way, we say that's my nigga. He's black. We don't even say that he's a white boy. We call him a wigger, which is another way of saying a white black boy, a white N-word. Because black is an act. And we tell you that all the time. We say, bro, he don't act black. What do you mean acting? See, a Chinese man can't act Chinese. He's Chinese. We're talking about DNA. See, the social construct of the Chinese man may be Taoism, it may be Buddhism, it may be communism, it may be capitalism. We got Chinese men in America that are Republicans and Democrats, but they can change that, but they can't change the fact that they Chinese. Guess what though? Black niggas lose their black card every day, B. Niggas lose their black card every day because black is behavior. Black is hip hop. Black is, I'm gonna put one of my pants leg, I'm gonna roll it up. Black is Timberland boots and baggy jeans. Black, right, is neo soul. Black is fried chicken. Nigga, let's talk about it. I'm black, so I can tell you what it is, dog. Black is finger waves. Nigga, black is black is something that if you don't, it's a vibe, nigga, and a swag. That's why why do you think black is the most influential culture in hip hop, street urban culture? Anybody can be black. You could take the whitest boy out the whitest community. If you dress him a certain way and he act a certain way, just like I'm saying my homie, but this dude I rock with him, his name White Folks. He just passed away. He from Memphis. Rest in peace to White Folks. But what you don't know, I know a lot of white boys and they black. They ain't white, they black. Everything about them may be blacker than you, bro. I'm serious. You come to the South, it's some white boys that's blacker than some of y'all. Because when it comes down to it, if you can't relate to black culture, you're alienated, and it don't matter what color your skin is. And that's the whole point of FBA. Black ain't just your skin look like mine. That's why Umar's so dangerous. Because a lot of people undermine black culture by thinking they one of us just because our skin look the same. And it's a certain vibrational frequency that being black is. And even certain black people will get their card taken from them if they don't act right. Because black is a social act that we grow up in, nigga. And if you was born in the suburbs in Beverly Hills, you wouldn't even be acting black, even though your skin is brown.
Which is to say that we may go down in history as being the first population ever to eliminate themselves. So it's not a joke anymore. Everything we're talking about, from reparations to criminal justice to the survival of HBCUs, none of that will matter if we erase ourselves from the American population by constantly reproducing ourselves. It only takes about 3 generations to eliminate your phenotype. If I have a child with a white woman and that child has a child with a white woman, my great-grandchild will probably look Caucasian. and could probably pass as Caucasian.
Right.
And even if he can't pass, he's not going to identify as black. So we literally eliminating ourselves. So that's why when we have these.
I don't care about identifying it. I'm not really proud of a damn crayon color, bro. Like, that's why I like FBA. I'm going to tell you straight up. FBA know that the word black don't really serve us. That's why we added foundational and American to it, bro, for real. Black as a standalone is like toilet paper. You might as well wipe your ass with it because anybody can be black. I just told you that. That's what the whole tether issue is about. Anybody can be black, but everybody can't be foundationally black and a foundational American and black. That's very specific. That slims it down to a very little group right there. And Umar don't like that. He don't like that. Umar don't like the fact that we may accept that white boy into our shit before we accept that goddamn Nigerian or Jamaican. Because we get to call the shots because it's our code and culture. We define what's black and what's not. What's the code, what's on code and what's off code. That's power, man. That's power. That's right. That's power. Because one thing about Jewish people, they will let you be Jewish if you serving a goddamn agenda. That's right. If you're serving Jewish people's agenda, they will put the yarmulke on your head for you, nigga. They will buy you the yarmulke and drive you to their Welling Wall and say, yeah, kiss our wall. You're one of us. They don't care what color you is either. Because these people in power, they will get rid of some of their own family if you going against the mission. And they will bring in an outsider that sold his soul and he's loyal. Because the only thing these people loyal to is their agenda. They don't see nothing but getting the job done. And see, the things we worry about, they don't worry about. Just that's why Umar ain't finished his school. Umar is too busy. He's doing a lot. He got a lot of jobs. Again, Umar trying to build a school. He's trying to manage a school, be the principal at the school, the teacher at the school, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, the King of DAFA, and the Chief of the Penis Patrolman. That's a lot of titles. And he's spreading himself thin because he put a lot of hours in, you know, as a shaft sheriff, as a testicle tyrant. He put in a lot of work on the job. You know, I think they just promoted Umar to, isn't he regional supervisor over there at the Dakota Dick Department up there in South Dakota? I think Umar is over that. Yeah. I saw him locking up a nigga the other day, and the girl wasn't even fully white. She just had a little white in her. Umar was like, fuck that. She's white enough. Lock his ass up. Lock him up.
These conversations about black power and black progress, my question is, what rules are we putting around behavior? There has to be rules to behavior. Right now, we don't have any rules to behavior. There's no code of conduct for black men or black women or black youth, and we're suffering because of it.
Do you think that interracial dating really would be the cause of our demise in that way? That literally would.
We're almost there.
That's
crazy.
right
now it's looking like interracial.
How many of y'all believe that? Guess what, y'all? The majority of black people date within the race. I can't make this up. 5% of all black men are what we call swirlers. Did you know that? Pull up the numbers. Pull up the numbers. Most black people date black people. Who you in proximity to. Most people from the Ashanti tribe date people from the Ashanti tribe, Umar. Umar trying to make this big scare of, oh man, we dating out so much, we ain't gonna be a people no more. Boy, quit with that silliness. And if we was dating out like that, who cares, man? Who cares? You can't police penises, man, or vaginas, right? And people gonna do what they wanna do, and people ain't thinking revolutionary activity when they falling in love and they at the club drinking and they like, damn, that white girl got a big ass. That's what them niggas thinking about when they see Kardashian and all them. They not thinking, you know what, she's very attractive, but I must preserve my race at all cost. Umar is the same dude that was sucking off Sukiyana. Bro, I'd rather you get you a white woman with some class than the way you was all over Sukiyana. So this dude is a big simp for the most ratchet women. And I'd rather my son be with a white woman that's educated with some class than Sukiyana. But Umar don't care. Long as she black, she can be ignorant, loud, fingernails so long that she can't wipe her butt good without, let me stop. But you get what I'm saying, man. He's a nut.
Racial dating will be the demise of Black America, which is interesting.
See, I love me some black women. That's the thing about being a swirler. Swirlers like all women. Umar like all women, but see, he don't want to admit that. He's a swirler. That's why he goes so hard at dudes who date out, which is a small percentage of the race. It's because Umar be all over. And he be saying, man, if I hadn't built this black power wall for myself, I would take that white woman and I would, ooh-wee, my brother. My brother, my brother.
Right? Because we got this war going on between continental African immigrants, Caribbean African immigrants, British African immigrants, and the American Africans who built this country. And I'm standing back saying, y'all got all this smoke for these African immigrants, some of it justifiable. But if you don't do anything about the fire in your own house, think about this now.
They part of the fire in our own house, idiot. Dude's an idiot. That nigga went in the barber shop and said, you know what? The barber said, Umar. The barber said, Umar, how you want me to do your hair? He said, my brother, you know who this is? And the barber said, yeah, that's Bart Simpson. Do it like that, my brother. The barber looked at that nigga like this, y'all. So you want me to do you like Bart Simpson? Yes, my brother.
If you don't do anything about the bunny hopping in your own house, you won't even be around to complain about the African immigrants. Think about that now.
Yeah.
30, 40 years from now, there won't be no African Americans. It'll still be.
It ain't no African Americans now, bro. Elon is an African American. Elon Musk is an African American. 30 years from now, there won't be no African Americans. So we got to lock them all up in a field on some land, and I'm gonna stand there with give me my Cheetos, and we gonna watch them breed. Cheetos. Said, Umar, what you doing over there? I'm making African Americans. Leave me alone. My brother, we are arranging y'all marriages. You are gonna be with her. He's gonna be with her. Okay, we have to make more African Americans, okay? So let's go. Like, brother, like, what do you wanna do? If it was up to me, I would round up all black people. I would round up all black people. See, if it was up to me, I would round up all black people. And I would put them in a warehouse. And I would make them fuck all day. And if they say, Umar, what are you doing? I would say, brother, we need more African Americans, brother. We need more African Americans. My brother, we are running out of African Americans like McDonald's ice cream machine runs out of ice cream, sir. We need more, okay?
Will be African immigrants. It'll still be Caribbean immigrants, and it'll be biracial blacks.
Wow.
Think about that. So when are we?
Umar tell you that black people genetics are so powerful that we dominate, but yet we can mix with them and it can be a threat. They'll tell you that the black man is so powerful that the thing in between his legs can exterminate all these races. Drop a one if y'all hear them say it. They'll tell you, they'll say that the black man genetics is dominant. Anything that the black man touch turns black. If we want to, we can wipe out all of these races just with the thing in between our legs. And then they'll turn around and say you having sex with these other races gonna be our demise.
Stupid.
Which one is it, nigga? Let's just quit dick policing, cause y'all are so inconsistent with how y'all pulling niggas over, you know, and enforcing this law. It is inconsistent, sir.
Going to address the fire in our own house as opposed to poking fun at and criticizing others for not standing with us, because although that's important also, I think the bunny hopping crisis, where we are risking extermination of ourselves, is far more important than all those other problems put together.
You know, but there's a comedic side that you do lean into online, right? With some of your content, I think it has lended itself to your reach. Some of the people take some of your content and they place it here and there, and some of the blog sites that you wouldn't see your normal conscious, you know, activists on, you actually appear there. And I think it's because you don't have the traditional conscious content. You do speak about the snow bunnies, and I think you're comedic sometimes. So if Drewski is utilizing the
Umar ain't funny for real. I don't know too many people that's cracking up, smacking their knee because of some shit Umar said. I'm just saying.
Comedic angle, is that still, okay, so if that applies to Drewski, that we have to stop messing around, does that apply to you as well?
It applies to everyone, but see, I don't.
Hey, brother, listen, you can't tell her can you imagine the gall of these niggas? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a nigga walking up to you saying, listen, brother, you gotta leave that white woman alone. Like, but brother, I got 3 children by her. This is my wife. Break up with her right now and fuck those mixed babies. Go get with you a black woman, son. Well, goddamn it, Umar, that's pretty cold. Where your black woman, and are you in your children life? Ooh. Umar wanna run a police department to put black men with black women and create black families, but yet he got a bunch of baby mamas all over the place and a bunch of kids that ain't got nothing good to say about them. Single bachelor. Where your black pretty family at, man? Where's Umar beautiful black family at with all his children saying our daddy been in our life and boom, boom, boom? You want to crucify other niggas for having a white woman. Son, when you're a deadbeat, son. I got props for a nigga who got a white woman and he's raising his kids, my nigga. I got more props than a nigga who got a white woman and he's a good father to his mixed kids than a fucking black man that can't treat a black woman right. That's right. See, because it ain't a lot of niggas dating out. Most black men date with black women, they just pieces of shit and they don't compromise and the shit don't work out. I'm on the women's side, nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna get my simp on. Cause look at what Umar makes me be on the women's side. Instead of him being a good example of the shit he's preaching, he's a hypocrite. If you leave this man alone with Sukiana, he gonna be thirsty as hell like he was. He ain't looking for to start a black family. So you're not qualified to speak on it. A nigga who's been married to a black woman for years with black children and he's been a good father, somebody like George Macon, yes, they can, if he go out there and he wanna diss niggas who date now, he got more authority and power to do so, even though men gonna do what they wanna do with their penis anyway. I'm the type nigga, if you tell me don't date a white woman, I'm gonna go get 3, 4, 5 more and show up around you with them. And I hope I'm hoping you look at them and you're tempted like, damn, they look good. I'm that kind of guy. I got to let you know you ain't gonna tell me what to do when it comes to who I'm dating, because I don't feel like a man once I let you do me like that. You know, one thing that's all me, that's personal with me, a nigga ain't gonna tell me what I'm gonna be attracted to. Like, you ain't a nigga daddy. And it's an unrealistic mission. It's harder for you to police every black man's dick than for you to build a school. The thing about what Umar doing, if you can't build a school, you know you ain't gonna be a good wee-wee warden. You is not gonna be a good testicle tyrant if you can't build a school. Yeah, these cock cops, they out of line, man. These cock cops.
Don't mess around.
Not with snow bunnies, but just with the 5'5" thick in the thighs.
But I'm not messing around with that because that's my type.
Okay,
You
so
see what I'm saying?
yeah. So it's not a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
Okay,
and ultimately, it's about the respect of the black woman. So it's a metaphor. Because think about it. Up until Kim Kardashian and these other white models decided to become 5'5" thick in the thighs or larger than what they were,
right,
most black women were going out of their way.
You see how he just named Kim Kardashian as being thick in the thighs? So Umar knows Kim Kardashian is attractive because he could have mentioned anybody. He went right, Kim Kardashian, right? And the way he said it was like 5'5" thick in the thighs, like fine as hell. But I wouldn't do nothing with her, I'm saying, because she's a snow bunny. Now, nigga, who believe that? And think about it. He won't, because he's dug a hole for himself. Like, I believe Umar do see a lot of attractive white women, Asian women, and he be like, damn, in his mind. But the message that he's been preaching, he can't participate. He put himself in a wall. So when he see other dudes walking around with that bad white woman, that bad Asian, that bad whatever, he spends a lot of time down in them brothers, even though that's less than 5%. So what did that show you? He's jealous, y'all. He's jealous. This man should be building a school, not penis patrolling.
Way to destroy their natural black look. Remember, they didn't want big thighs. They didn't want big ass. You go back 20 years ago, black women were having bulimia problems, anorexia problems.
Yes.
You follow me?
Yes.
Binge eating,
yes.
Throwing up on purpose. You understand me?
That is 100%.
They wanted to be small and teeny.
Yes.
They wanted to look like Bo Derek. You understand?
This is what you gotta realize, bro. That's called modeling. Because people were into models at some point, dating a model. That was the Tyra Banks era. Tyra Banks was popular. Like, at some point in America, models were a thing. And everyone went through the phase of, yeah, I would date a model. And models are very skinny. They tall, slim, and skinny. But that was a fetish. That was a thing. It's still a thing that men would say, you know, the models type look tall. You know, Tyra Banks made it to where you can have more meat on your bones. But the whole thing about him bringing up people vomiting and throwing up to be slim, that's literally models, bro. That's models. And I'll tell you something right now. When you say, well, a woman wanna be thick, they didn't wanna be slim, or they didn't wanna be thick. A person can't control how their body developed, dude. That's like saying, back in the day, white women didn't even want to be thick. They didn't want no lips, now they want ass and all that. But they got it, and they been had it. They been had it. So, I just don't get, like, you got some black women that want ass, but they don't got it. You got some black women that got ass and they want to lose weight and go under the knife to lose weight, not to get ass. You got women going under the knife to get rid of weight. And you literally got women going under the knife to put weight that they don't got in places they don't got it. So they moving fat from here, putting it here. And you got some women like, I'm just trying to get rid of, cut this damn, some of my ass, some of my stomach. just saying everybody going under the knife for different reasons. But what Umar talking about is more situated for models.
Yes.
So it wasn't until a lot of these white actresses and models decided that thick lips was now sexy, a voluptuous backside was now sexy, then black women started to embrace their own natural beauty. But it took white women.
That is a damn lie, man. This dude, you see how, this bro is so anti-black, it's crazy, bro. Bro, black women been embracing their own beauty for eons, since Egypt, since early America. Even in slavery, the black women were spending hours braiding each other hair and fucking doing the exquisite hairstyles that you will find, even on the plantation. Like, what's crazy is Umar just makes stuff up. And what's weird about what he make up is that it's always anti-black. Umar is the most anti-black person posing as a pro-black that I've ever seen. For you to do that to all black women is just fucking stupid, bro. Stupid. If I was a black woman, I would hate Umar. This man just said it took for white women to make black women see that they was beautiful. Like y'all self-esteem just that low. Even though we read stories about Sarah Bartley, the black woman with the big butt. All the men wanted her, even in slavery. We read stories about slave masters marrying their black slaves, treating some of them better than the white woman in some instances. You read stories of white slave masters having these huge bids for these beautiful black women slaves, and the fucking auction number will go up. They break in the bank to pay for that slave. What do you mean she didn't know she looked good? When they auctioning her off, and all these white men like, I got 1,000, I got 1,200, I got 2,000, I got 3,000. Bro, what do you mean that this black slave woman don't know she look good when she knows that what's valuable for the black slave is beauty and booty? And that, like, come on, bro, you don't think the slave master was bidding high prices for these beautiful black slave women? And you don't think that running up the bids on a woman actually blew her head up to let her know, damn, I look good? Like, to say that a person don't know they look good, beauty is something that, like, come on, bro. So you know that the black woman look good, but she don't. Even though the black woman ain't never had a problem breeding with the black man. Evidently, if she can keep putting out babies, if she keep making babies, that's letting her know somebody like her. Look at all these black kids around here, man. Just saying, like, you ain't gonna convince black women they don't know that they look good. Out of all the women in the world, the black women may be the most egotistical when it comes down to, bitch, I look good and I know that I look good. Black women got terminology to let you know that they think they look good. Even the black women, some of them that don't even look good, still a fucking have that ego like, I'm a bad bitch. That's right. I just don't know what the hell world Umar live in. I don't know what world Umar. He makes up this false reality.
Women to say your ass is beautiful before black women could tell their asses were beautiful.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So when I say 5'5" thick in the thighs, that is a metaphor for black women to embrace their natural beauty.
Right.
Bro, just be free. Why do folks book this dude? Like, eventually, bro, gonna fall off, bro. Especially you going against FBA, because we've been letting a lot of folks faithful, and people been fucking around and finding out that, bro, going against FBA, you putting yourself on the wrong side of history. That's right.
Right. Now, I have seen people try to weaponize that side of your rhetoric or the things you speak about. How do you respond to that, or what's your feeling about that?
Give me an example.
You know, people just say that you speak so highly about the black woman and hold them up so high, and then sometimes it can feel like you're sexual.
But that's a lie though, he don't. If you really listen to Umar, every time he turns around, he's talking bad about black women and just black people in general. How the hell you telling me that Umar speak highly about the black woman when he literally just said black women don't even know that they beautiful till the white woman told them? How is that speaking good about them? See, a lot of folks think that turning a person to a victim is speaking good about them. But I'm telling you, as a black woman out there, if you listening to me, you need to realize, black women, as black women, when a nigga is speaking good about you and victimizing you, because that's what Umar doing. Umar telling you, you got low self-esteem, you don't know your worth, you didn't even know you was beautiful till the white woman told you that and showed you that. But folks will say, you know, Umar speak up for black women. Nah, bro. That's really like speaking up for black. Hell nah, bro. That's the opposite of that. For real, for real. Support the show, y'all. Hit the like and share button. Appreciate y'all.
In them.
I think that over my entire body of work, people will see that the aspect where I address the sex appeal of the black woman is minuscule compared to the overall message. You know, of course it's going to be there because I'm still a man, right? And on a human level, we are attracted to one another. But I think the main message of respecting our women and being loyal to our women and protecting and upholding our women, I think that far exceeds any jokes about the curves that we love.
Right.
Because if that were not the case, I would not be as popular as I am amongst black women.
He think that his popularity is due to the fact that people really rock with him and support him. But if that was the case, he wouldn't be complaining about he ain't getting enough donations. So on one hand, he would tell you how they fucking with me. Everywhere I go, people asking me for autographs. Everywhere I go, you know, the black women calling my name. But then he'll go back on his channel and be like, y'all ain't donating a goddamn thing. We should have been had this school done. It was $20 next time, make it 50. But then he'll go on a show. Yeah, they love me, man. Everybody love me. You know, the black women calling my name. They asking me for autographs. Then he go back on his channel. You motherfuckers won't show support. You niggas will not donate. Like, bro, you's a whole joke.
Do you think that helps you, or will it be part of your demise that you're leaning into that, right? Because most people on your level will hide their, you know, some of their sexual appetite or some of the things they may like.
They're running around with white girls in public. They're running around with white girls in public.
Yeah,
they hide.
right.
So the 5'5" thick in the thigh is the direct countermeasure to the snow bunny. Do you see that? Yes. So you out with your white girl. I'm saying 5'5". When I say that, you know I'm not talking about no Asian. You know I'm not talking about no Caucasian. You know I'm not talking about no East Indian, because they are not generally found to be voluptuous. You follow what I'm saying? You know, they flatty patty.
But see, here go the thing. That come from a dude that don't travel. Because I thought the same thing too. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, shout out to the Passport Brothers. The Passport Brothers, you got to give them props for this. The Passport Brothers went around the world with their cameras, and they going to places where white girls are built up like, goddamn it, come on, Buffy the Body. Now, this is what I know. And you will have a culture shock going to Russia. You will have a culture shock when you literally go inside of some of the strip clubs in Asia. They have voluptuous women too. Now you may say, well, it ain't as common, but they're there. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it that much more attractive because it's a rarity. Now, when it comes to white women always been built chunky. So I don't know where the stigma of white women having flat booties come from. To me, that's just like been a lie. Because coming from Alabama, I'm gonna speak from Alabama, because it may be different in where you from. Everything big in the South, my nigga. That's right. So like when you go to Texas, The white women got huge asses, my nigga. I don't know if Umar traveled. I don't know. It's like really what they feeding you where you at. Because when you get to the South, shit gets thick. That's what I'm gonna say to you, my brother. Like, you got thick white women in the South, bro. Okay, so I know the stereotype that white women got flat butts, but I didn't grow up with that. And I swear I'm not lying to y'all. I've always seen voluptuous white women in Alabama. Because look what everybody eating and shit. Fried fish and all day. Everybody chunky. Some of these cities got an obesity problem. Everybody there overweight. Just like I said, Texas. You can find white women in Texas everywhere you walk that's dragging a lot of wagon, as they say. And I swear I'm not making this up. So I swear that I can take Umar to some places and he would have a culture shock, my nigga. I can make Umar have a culture shock. Drop a one if you can too. Cause I'm hearing him talk and I'm saying, bro don't really be around like diverse places. He's stuck in a box of like just Pan-Africans. Because even if you sub up to some of these Passport Brothers channels, bro, they got some thick ass women in Armenia, fool. That's right. Them Armenian white women. Boy, let me stop for my girl hear me, nigga, y'all, but. But I don't know what the hell Umar talking about. Listen, let me tell you niggas something. Go to Armenia and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's just, the world is big, man. And Umar only go to a few little places over and over and over and over and over again. And he ain't really seeing the world. And you gotta take what he's saying with a grain of salt. Because what he does, he repeat a lot of shit that we've heard all our life, but it just ain't true. Like, what you don't know won't hurt you, that's a lie, that ain't true. But it sound right because we've repeated it a lot. When you get out there in the world, you will see how lost we were, how much we don't know for real. So, like, my whole thing is like, bro is very behind when it come with information and he need an update. And most Pan-Africans, they are operating like on Windows 95 type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like most Pan-Africans are so behind and out of touch with the culture. You know, them niggas is still pulling out floppy disks and ADATs and shit. My brother, where's your CD player? My brother, where's your CD player? Looking ass.
Daddies, most of them.
Like, bro, catch up and update.
Right? It's not until you get to the Latino where you start to see the African curve, but that's because the Latinos, right, have almost as much African ancestry as we do. They just don't identify with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I do think that with you know, being so forthcoming like that, I think black women love you for that.
Yes.
I see black women light up for you.
For sure.
Right? It ain't.
Now that nigga know he lying his ass off. and Umar know it's a lie. Cause look how Umar receiving the compliment. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, they love me. Oh yeah, for sure. How do black women love you when you yell at them the most for not donating, bro? When black women love you, if black women love Umar, that school will be built. That's right. I'm telling you what I know. It's some YouTubers out there, they ain't got a big name like Umar, but they got bigger money than him. They got a bigger following than him. They ain't on a Breakfast Club. And guess what? These people can put out any GoFundMe for any amount and reach the goal. That's right. That's when not only black women love you, but black people love you. See, Umar have lost the respect of black people, and he still think he got it. And it's sad to watch, because he don't know, like, bro, you don't got that same pull that you had, bro. That's right. And he don't know that, but his ego is still like there, and it's very weird, man. Like, bro, no one's really checking for you like that, brother. Yeah, he's still living back in the day, man.
You follow what I'm saying? You know, they flatty patties, most of them, right? It's not until you get to the Latino where you start to see the African curve, but that's because the Latinos, right, have almost as much African ancestry as we do. They just don't identify with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I do think that with you know, being so forthcoming like that, I think black women love you for that.
Yes.
I see black women.
And I'm gonna tell y'all podcasters something. If y'all really want your podcast to jump off, right? That's why I like Joe Budden. Because like, I like people that ain't just gonna I don't want to say suck you off because that's disrespectful, but you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what the Breakfast Club do. Like, ask him about the school. Why are you asking this man about Bad Bunny and dudes dating white women? Bro, I hate to say this, man. I hate to say this. But a lot of these podcasters be on some goof time. It's goofball stuff. We're bringing Umar on. And what did you think about the Bad Bunny Super Bowl? This dude is a descendant of Frederick Douglass. Like, y'all podcasters be giving me energy vibes like if Martin Luther King was alive, right? If Martin Luther King came on one of these niggas' show, they'll be like, so what's up, MLK? The I Have a Dream speech was phenomenal, man. But what do you think about that Popeye's chicken sandwich? Tell me I'm lying, bro. A lot of these podcasters, it's like, bro, you can really triple your numbers. If black, I'm gonna be honest, black content creation is at an all-time low, and I don't care what nobody say. Black content creation is at an all-time low. That's why niggas like Charleston White can be at the forefront for so long. And I'm not hating on him because he's talented, he's funny. But it's like black content creation is so predictable and just, we know like, oh, y'all gonna get up here and talk about a bunch of shit that doesn't matter. And like, them niggas will have Malcolm X on their show right now. And they'll be like, so Malcolm, brother Malcolm, let me ask you a very important question, man. If T.I. and 50 Cent had a versus, who would you think would win, my brother? Really, brother Malcolm, you got your money on T.I., brother Malcolm? What's your favorite T.I. song, brother Malcolm? Like, come on, man, with these podcasts, man.
Yes.
Women light up for you,
for sure,
right? It ain't, and I don't think it's necessarily sexual, but it's like it's an energy. He understands us. He represents us.
That's
he
what I'm
goes
told.
to bat for us.
That's what I'm told.
Yes.
I was walking through Chicago O'Hare Airport. I'll never forget this one sister because I get it all the time. I got it today. But I was walking through O'Hare maybe a year or two ago. She was older than me, maybe late 50s, early 60s, and she stopped me. She was very serious. She said, "I want to say this to you." I'm thinking she's about to criticize, right? Because you know when that energy comes.
Yes.
But it wasn't. She said, "I want you to know that you have done so much for the self-esteem of black women." She said this. She said, "I'm telling you, as an older sister, I appreciate you because you're the only brother I know who tells our men not."
That's one person, man. Don't let that shit go to your Bart Simpson head, sir.
To date out the race.
Yes.
She said, "I listen to all y'all conscious brothers. Some of y'all agree with, some of y'all I don't, but you're the only one who consistently tells our men to date their own."
And that's a
women."
fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So I think as much as it may be weaponized by some of your naysayers,
But I'm gonna tell you right this: the only black women that'll give Umar respect for that are low self-esteem black women, because they ought to be saying, "Brother, what happened to you advocating for our children in the school system?" Because everything Umar was saying about our black boys in the school system, it ain't got better, it's got worse. And we're talking about a pandemic. The percentages of black boys that's gonna be victimized and mistreated misjudged in his education system is alarming. Why would y'all give him props to go be a dick detective? Now, which one is more beneficial to black people? A dude raising concerns about the inequalities in the education system as it concerned black children, or a dude that simply tells niggas like Drewski, you shouldn't date that white woman? And niggas gonna do what they wanna do with their penis, bro. That's right. It's actually weird that you would take it upon yourself to be a dick detective just because there's a couple of low self-esteem black women who like that kind of shit. I wouldn't go against the man code. And what does that mean? That mean after a certain age, men can't tell a men what to do with their money. After a certain age, you can't tell me what to do with my car. And after a certain age, you know where I'm going, you can't tell me what to do with my dick, man. Come on, bro. We're men. And the moment you do that, you're crossing the line. I feel like you're trying to sun me now. So, but you would do that to appease low self-esteem black women. You see what I'm saying? So I believe Umar left a mission that was against a system, and he's focusing energy on less than 5% of black men. And you just ain't gonna tell a dude what to do with it. You just ain't. I'm telling you right now, that's impossible. I'm a man, and men got pride, ego, and there's certain stuff, if they let you decide it for them, it just feel weird. Like, think about this, right? Imagine me being with a white woman. I'm feeling her, I'm attracted to it, and Umar come up to me and be like, bro, you need to get rid of that snow bunny. And I hit her up like, baby, I love you, but you know, Dr. Umar told me I can't have a white woman. He told me I have to get rid of all my white friends and all of my white girlfriends. I love you, but I can't. Dr. Umar told me I can't be with you, so we gotta break it up. And I gotta learn just to quit looking at, white women, man, because gotta do what Umar tells me to do, with my penis, because I don't control my penis. Umar actually controls my penis, and I gotta do what he tells me to do with it. So I'm sorry, Becky, we can never talk again. You think that's gonna happen? So if that ain't gonna happen, you're the weird one in the room. When niggas show up with their white date, you go to looking crazy. And my nigga, that's disrespectful for real. And it make me think that, bro, you want you a white woman and you jealous of these niggas. It's okay for you to say, I don't date white women. But for you to project that on every other man, you ain't nobody daddy, my dude. Niggas can't even bring they white woman around Umar because he looking all crazy. Like, bro, relax, my nigga. That's weird to me. Like, why you leave my woman alone, my dude? Like, no, who does that? Why you opening up your mouth? Bro, you gotta stop dating those white women. Like, bro, you gonna say that right in front of his white woman? Yes, my brother, because he shouldn't be. Bow, nigga, what the hell? You disrespectful, nigga. Like, what the hell? Like, you're out of line. That's weird. That's fucking weird, bro. And it's like, bro, just get you a white woman already. Bro, just get you a white woman already. Like, you don't want to see niggas show up with a badass, thick-ass white woman because you don't want to have to hide your lust. If I show up with Kim Kardashian, it's going to make Umar uneasy because he got to act like he don't like her when he see all that ass, y'all. So just because he's living a damn lie, he gotta make me uncomfortable with my white woman. See, that's bro. This dude weird, bro. Dude weird.
Oh, for sure. The detractors, they will weaponize everything. They'll weaponize the color of my socks.
Yes. But I also think black women appreciate it.
They do.
And that means far more.
They do.
Right? To the community, if you ask me, than some of the people weaponizing it. Because you haven't been known to do a lot of things that will cause for people to say, hey, what the hell is up with Umar?
Right.
So,
and not only that, you also have to keep in mind that
actually, he's done a lot of things that made folks say, what the hell up with Umar? Because when that camera dropped and it panned into his room, I said, this is a dirty ass nigga. You know he got holes in his boxers for real. Listen, that nigga camera panned around and I thought I was watching an episode of Hoarders, my nigga. Listen, bro, Umar, there's been a lot of little times where niggas like, oh no, man, how you dealing with clinical psychology and all these degrees in psychology, but you living in filth now, son. This nigga living in a pig pen over here, son, with all these degrees. No, son. I thought you said you was from Philly, not filthy. You know, you said Philly, not filthy last time I checked.
Even within our community, you have organizations and individuals who do promote the black woman, but they only promote a certain type of.
This nigga acting like we selling steak knives, but he do promote the competitor's product. But see, what we're promoting today is our new line of supplements, and they just good for your colon. I'm just saying. This sound like, because he's promoting the great value FBA, but we're promoting the original Dr. Pepper, nigga. So the thing about Umar, right? Umar is a lost cause and he know it. And he's trying to ride off FBA's wave.
That's right. Of a black woman. She has the wavy hair.
Yes.
Or she got the lighter skin.
Yes.
They'll say, I love black women. But when you look in their organization, almost all the women out front are high yellow or mixed race. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it don't have the same resonance because even though you.
Colorism, bro, so divisive. We've been had high yellow women in our ranks. Beyonce high yellow. See, that's the thing. I don't put Beyonce against Kelly Rowland with all that dark skin, red bone crap. That's whole shit. I gotta call it how it is. I think Umar is Umar is like a big woman. I'm gonna keep it real. Umar really give me big sister vibes. Like, he do things that women would do. You know, like women sit around and say stuff like, and his last girlfriend was high yellow too, girl. You never see him date a dark woman. He's always with a high yellow bitch. You know, and that's just so feminine to me. Like, bro, she's still a black woman. So if a nigga get with Beyonce, something wrong with that? No, he has to get with Kelly Rowland. If she's not the color of a black hole, then we don't want none with her. That nigga gonna come up with a color book testing the skin tone. She's too light, get rid of her right now. Like, wait a minute, sir, you said we can only just date black women. Yes, you can only date black women, but they have to be a certain shade and a certain hue. Give me my color chart right now, Sergeant Smiley. Let me check this bitch right quick. Come on, pull your sleeve up. Okay. What do you think? That's a little copper? It's almost copper, not quite. I would give you a pass, but I have to be strict. It's just my job, okay? Get rid of her, all right? She's a shade just a little bit too bright, just a smidget. She's a smidget too bright.
You saying only date black women, you're constantly pushing a light-skinned, wavy hair, mixed race, almost.
A light-skinned, wavy hair, mixed race. Bro, you sound just like a hoe. And you just described Halle Berry for real. Like, Umar don't think Halle Berry look good. That's how come I know, like, something weird about bro. Something weird about bro. Because he literally just described Halle Berry. Light skin, finger waves. Like, you just described Halle Berry, man. So you wouldn't have dated Halle Berry. Halle Berry is very, very fair-skinned, right? She could have passed damn near for a white woman at a certain time. And she's one of those chicks that can go back and forth from black to white vibes. Like right here is like white woman vibes. Like this gives me white woman vibes right here. This is like a white woman. But Halle Berry can go from this right here to this right here. Watch this. That go to black Holly, look. And the black Holly almost got a Latina, like a Latina vibe going. You know, like Rosie Perez type energy. So that's the black Holly, right? Here go the white Holly, but it's still Holly. But some women, they skin is so fair they can do that with makeup shades. You know what I'm saying? It'll blend with their natural shade, you know, shit like that. But the whole thing with Umar is like, you're telling me that Halle Berry is not attracted to you, which is why we know you capping, bro. You capping. To sit up there and say a red bone, highly yellow woman, right, is not attractive or should be shunned just because her skin is beautiful, that's feminine. Because guess what? As a man, I like jet black chocolate and I like red bone. And a man shouldn't be choosing and putting them against each other. A real man is gonna say, shit, I like them both, my nigga, shit. I like them both. Cause a real man ain't gonna dig a hole for himself. The moment I go up there talking like a hoe, talking about these high yellow women, then guess what? People can't see me dating a high yellow woman. Now, if you're attracted to Beyonce skin tone, but you're talking bad about it, you can't date the high yellow woman. And because of that, if I come around you with a beautiful Halle Berry, you're gonna feel uneasy. Because these are things you saying you don't prefer, but why do you care if I do prefer it? It's weird. It's weird. Like her skin tone is too light. It's not dark enough, brother. That's feminine talk, man. That's feminine talk. You know, when a nigga leave out the room, Umar be the nigga. See, why did he choose that high yellow woman? Did you see him walking here with that high yellow bitch? You better tell him to go get him a chocolate woman. Honey child. Ass looking nigga.
Racially ambiguous type of a sister, whereas Dr. Umar, I'm pushing every color. That's why I say the chocolate, the butter almond, the butter pecan, the fudge. I make sure they understand, and I make it clear. I don't care how light she is or how dark she is. I'll date either side.
Right.
That's hypocrisy, bro. That ain't what you just said.
Let's talk about Shabuzi and Jelly Roll. Shabuzi was accepting the Grammy at the Grammy Awards, and he said some things that kind of had black community having a conversation online. He said that immigrants built this country, and he was speaking.
Umar better not agree with that shit. Umar better not agree that immigrants built this country. Because if he do that, you really hating on. For him to do that, bro, he hate FBA so much, he's basically saying, I'm gonna make me a movement of tethers. All of the tethers, come ye, all of ye tethers. I am your God. I am the Lord of the tethers. I am the tether king. And we now hereby call ourselves DAFA. What does DAFA mean, brother? I don't know. I'm waiting on him to. I don't even know what DAFA mean. I hope he said. Yeah, I am leading the tether takeover looking ass. All of you rejects who was not allowed into FBA, come to DAFA. Come to Papa DAFA looking ass. Like, bro, that's like everyone that couldn't work for Dr. Pepper, come over here. Dr. Thunder. Everyone that couldn't make it to the NBA, come over here to the G Leagues, would you? Hold on. Everyone that couldn't join the police department, come work for my security guard company. I'm telling you. All of ye rejects. I am the king of the rejects. Come ye, come ye, come nigh. The time is nigh.
Directly to his people, you know, in the hand that they had in building America.
You don't like Dr. Pepper? Pour you up a cup of this Dr. Thunder. Break his ass over here. And cup of this Dr. Thunder.
And the last thing I want to say, immigrants built this country, literally. So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity.
Black people were offended by that online that I seen. What is your position on that, and do you understand why people are?
How can anybody would be offended by blatant lies? So you're telling me an immigrant came over here and built this country, but they couldn't build their own? You're telling me a Nigerian came over here and built America, but have you seen Nigeria? You're telling me that a person in the slums of Kenya came to America and built this shit up, but they ran from their own. They didn't build their own, right? See, it ain't, but see, people will say what I'm saying is disrespectful. It's just the truth. What they're saying is the lie, and that should be disrespectful. And that's why it is disrespectful to FBA. An immigrant gonna come over here and become a tether, partake in black culture. Most immigrants come over here, for example, when they get into hip hop, they don't even do their homeland music. You got a lot of hip hop artists, they act black when they come over here and cosplay. They don't even do the music that's done in the land that they run from. When you talk about an immigrant built America, it's the biggest lie ever. It's a smack in the face to the slain dead natives of this land, the copper-colored, indigenous, red-skinned people who was always here from the beginning of time. Of course, we gonna check you on that.
Offended by that.
Yes, indeed. First, shout out to Shabuzi. I never heard of him until somebody sent me. First of all, I reacted to the meme. I didn't know who said it. I didn't know he got an award. I never heard of him because I don't follow country music, right?
Right.
I just saw a meme that's.
Now, Shabuzi is an immigrant, right? But he's coming over here practicing country music. Keep in mind, he can't even relate to the American country lifestyle. He don't know about four-wheel riding in red dirt mud. He don't know about burning bonfires in Alabama, catfish fishing. But you will have an immigrant who's supposed to be telling us about the island lifestyle, the way that they live their culture. They don't. They abandon their culture and they come and cosplay in this shit that they don't even understand fully. And then they will receive an award and sit up there and say, because we built this shit. And you don't think that they should be checked by that? And if you don't think they should be checked by that, it shows you why Umar is hurting black people right now. And it's showing that dude is some kind of an agent. That's right.
Said immigrants built America. And I said, here we go with that again, right? Because they're always trying to push some alternative narrative to take away the fact that Africans built the foundation of this country, right? Now,
but Africans are immigrants. That's right. Umar doing the same thing. So you're telling me Africans came over here on ships in slavery and built the country that they couldn't build in their own land? Show me in Africa where they're practicing the system that we're practicing in America. They're not. They're not. What they're practicing in Africa is called tribalism. What you're practicing here is called capitalism. The system that we have here, right? The people who run it didn't build it. They just corrupted it. That's right. And it was never about the rich get rich and the poor get poor. But the thing is, if Africans built what we call America, why didn't they build it in their own land? If you're trying to say that the people who built the pyramids in Egypt built the pyramids in South America, that's a reach. These were distinct groups, and that can be proven. Furthermore, we can find pyramids all over the world. A pyramid ain't synonymous with an African. That's right. This is stuff that Umar would do. I already know what Pan-Africans do. If you ask him, prove that the first Americans were Africans, he gonna give you the out of Africa theory, evolution, about a bunch of humans starting off in one spot and migrating out of there. And Africans don't even believe that, man. The Dogon don't even teach that. The Ashanti tribe don't teach the out of Africa theory. They laugh at that. So none of the oldest tribes in Africa agree with the out of Africa theory. So for Umar to make his points, he got to not only undermine FBA, he got to undermine the tribes in the motherland. That's right. And what they saying. And guess what he got to give you? What the white eugenicists are saying. Darwinism and evolution. Monkey man. Just so he can be right. Which makes him an agent pushing the agenda of our enemy. That's right. And when you become that, you have to now force this false identity on us that we're trying to get away from with FBA. And what make Umar look so hypocritical is everything he said about FBA. Why do we need another group? Why are we being so divisive? So why are you making another group? You already got a Pan-African group, right? So you're making another group now to respond to FBA while saying that us being a group is divisive. That's crazy.
Now let's say you go out and build a house, Loon. You dig up the ground, you lay the foundation, you put the bricks. I come in after you built the house and I help keep it running. I didn't build the house though.
No, you did not.
Maintenance is not construction. Do you feel me? Maintenance is not construction. African immigrants may come, European immigrants may come, Canadian immigrants may come, Asian immigrants may come. You may participate in the maintenance and the expansion of the house that American Africans built.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes.
We built it.
Yes.
No immigrant built this but the enslaved American African.
Yes.
But
I don't know why this dude say American African. It's just the American. He's assuming that black people was never in America before slavery. And if he thinks slaves built the infrastructure here, he's a fool. Slaves don't build the pyramids that we see all over the world. See, what Umar don't know is that a slave would have been the dumbest person in your society. We know that. They only let slaves read the Bible. A pastor pork chop, God-fearing, Bible-pushing ass slave is not building no pyramids that's aligned up with the stars, dude. That's right. Why is Umar so dumb? Why do you think slaves built these structures? African slaves. American geniuses built this stuff. People that had to be on this land for generations to know what rocks to use, what rocks are carvable here, to know how to harvest the resources to even build on the scale that they built on here. You don't just show up here one day and know where to get granite from. You know where to harvest all of your resources from, and you just got here yesterday and you building shit on the land. You a pro already. That don't make sense. The people that built the infrastructure here had to be here for generations when you see how intricate and complex their architecture is. You don't even see Africans building like that today. That's crazy, man. Bro thinks slaves built the pyramid. For you to build them pyramids, you had to be a mathematician, an architect, an engineer, and all this shit in one. And they didn't let slaves get all that kind of knowledge, bro. They would never let a slave get enough knowledge to build the pyramids that we see around the world, or any of these structures. A slave was only bred to do menial tasks. So back in the day, when people were building pyramids and they were making the Sphinx, slaves didn't do that. It was the best, most smartest men in our society. Geniuses.
After I made my response, because I didn't know it was for Shabuzi, right? I went to go look at the clip. And when I watched the clip, him and the Caucasian gentleman, they won a Grammy, a duo for best gospel performance, I believe it was. And so I watched his speech. And in watching his speech, I cannot.
Where the hell is Shabuzi from? Because a name like Shabuzi, I can't take you serious. So he's from Nigeria and he's over here doing gospel rap. Bro ain't even connected to his Nigerian roots. What a traitor. Bro left Nigeria to come over here and cosplay. And you talking about y'all built something when your whole career is due to what the hell we built that's foundational Black America. That's right. Bro coming from Nigeria and he's coming over here to do the white man's Christian gospel music and to be a country artist. This man just ran from his Nigerian roots, but when he get an award, he wanna let us know he's a Nigerian. But when he's doing his art, you acting like a nigga though. That's right. When you performing on stage, you one of us, you acting like us. But when you get your award, you're an immigrant all of a sudden. This is some real chameleon, shape-shifting tether type shit, bro. I don't like tethers, man. That's right. And Shabuzi is a big tether. If he was over here repping his Nigerian roots, I would have more respect for him. But you're over here trying to be me. And they giving you an award saying you know how to be me better than me. And you get the award and say immigrants built this shit. When we can go to your country and see what you built, you don't even want to rep it and partake in it. You running away from it.
I'd say that he meant to intentionally slight the American African people. I didn't feel that. I just felt like he...
Bro, just think about what I'm saying. Imagine me moving to Jamaica and I say, I want to be a reggae artist. And I start talking like Jamaicans. Hey, man, what's up, man? I start acting like them, like learning they swag and shit like a damn chameleon. Like a vampire, nigga. This is like, bro, I don't care what nobody say. People who come over here from a culture and start acting like they from Atlanta and shit, nigga, you're weird. You're weird. Cause a black person can't go to Jamaica and they take you serious trying to sound and act Jamaican. They gonna laugh at your ass. Talking about, hey, man, hey. They gonna say, bro, what are you trying to? They probably take it as an insult, and we should too. And they probably tell you, look, it's okay to come to Jamaica and enjoy our culture and our land, but you don't have to fucking cosplay and imitate us. That's kind of disrespectful. Like, imagine me going to China saying, it's gonna look disrespectful. Why am I trying to act like you, though? You can respect my shit without appropriating it.
He was given accolades to the progress that immigrants have made in America. Now, he could possibly be criticized, although I wouldn't. I think it would be a little bit petty given the occasion, but he could be.
Like, one thing about, that's how, like, when they say that they built our shit, it's an insult, because black people go all around the world and we don't bite your swagger when we get there. We rep our shit. Even when I was in Korea, when I got to Korea, we dress black, talk black, and everybody love it, man. Even the Korean men were wearing Timberlands and fitted caps trying to act black. It's the swagger. But you don't see a black man showing up in another country trying to act like those people. That's weird. We too busy trying to show out our blackness and our black swagger. So people may not like the conversation we having, but it got to be had, man. It's fucking, it's weird, bro. It's aggravating when you can have a motherfucker that don't even know what the word shorted. Why? You don't know the history of none of this shit you doing. You're acting, dude. Like, it's an insult, because it's like my identity becomes a costume. And then when you can get an award and you not even the real deal. And then when you get your award, you try to say you built the shit. Guess how we know we built the shit? Because we don't imitate nobody else stuff. If you look at the music they listen to in Nigeria, they built that. And if they was proud of what they built, like Shabuzi, when he come to America, he would still do Nigerian music. Because if Sanchez go to Jamaica, I'm not gonna become a reggae artist. I'm still gonna make hip hop music. That's my shit, that's my culture. I'm not gonna move to Jamaica, start talking like a Jamaican, trying to compete with them at being a Jamaican. That's a wolf in sheep clothes. Them people are real Jamaicans. And imagine me compete. I'm a fake ass Jamaican. I'm a Jafacan. I get an award in Jamaica for being the best reggae artist. And I tell them, because you know immigrants built this shit. What? What? You're not even a real Jamaican. And you saying your people built reggae music because you got an award one time. That's what we talking about tethers. Shabuzi is a perfect example of what a tether is.
Be criticized for not pointing out African immigrants in particular. He said immigrants.
Yes.
So he put himself within the context of all immigrants. He multiculturalized.
Right, and
so
you need historical precision.
Absolutely. So he could be criticized.
Like
absolutely.
Yes.
He could be criticized on that aspect, and he could also be criticized on the aspect that right after that he made a statement where he said, if you come to America, and I'm paraphrasing him, if you come to America, America will give you a chance as long as you're willing to work hard for it.
These tethers come over here using our slang and don't even know what they saying. Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. Yeah, I said one time, come and deliver me pizza today. One time delivered you a pizza? Yeah, Domino's, right? That's one time, right? No, dude, one time it's the police. Like, you fucking the slang up, goddamn it. You gotta teach them the slang and shit. And when they learn how to be black, right, and get an award, they start acting like they built the shit. That is Dude, that's some psychological issues.
Some people would have saw that as a slight towards the American African, because a lot of our continental.
I think the term American African is a slight toward the American African, nigga. I'm not an American African. I'm a foundational Black American. And you ain't gonna take that away from us, Umar. No matter how you push this American African shit, you can say it till you die. But FBA gonna be here to stay and get stronger. We gonna control the narrative, and we gonna control what title we appropriate, and it's gonna be foundational Black American. There ain't no African word gonna be in it. That's why I'm telling you FBA is so important, because it takes the word African away from our shit. The term African American is just like you calling yourself a black man. It's a general African. Elon Musk is an African American. Any person from Africa moved to America is an African American. They are immigrants. That's not what I am. My people been here. So foundational Black American makes that distinction, and Umar don't like that we have an exclusive identity, even though when you go to Africa, they got them. He's pushing Africanism, but what do they practice in Africa? Tribalism. So why can't we have a tribe? When I know that I'm right, I'm gonna stand for what I'm standing on. And I don't care who don't like it. When you're right, man.
So African brothers and sisters, when they come here,
we write about this. We write about this, FBA. Don't let nobody shame you for this, bro.
But many like to talk about how hard they work, as if we don't work hard. Yes. So when he said work hard and you'll get a chance, first of all, we know that's complete crap.
Yes, it is.
That is
100%.
Crap. Saying that is if you work hard in America, you will make it is complete crap. I can take you to prisons with people who worked hard and ended up in prison because they couldn't feed their family. So working hard in America does not automatically translate to success.
Working smart does.
Nor can it, because we live in a capitalist society. In a capitalist society,
they exploit the
work.
Yes.
Exploit the many.
Yes.
So everybody who works hard does not succeed in my.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. Working hard will allow you to survive. Now, when you say succeed at what? If you're talking about succeeding at becoming rich, which is the American dream, you're right. Working hard ain't gonna guarantee you that you're gonna get rich. You gotta make the right moves, you gotta work smart. But what working hard will guarantee you is the basic necessities. So every slave on the plantation, if they working hard, they will get food, clothing, and shelter, right? But that's about it. You will live payday to payday. So let's get some clarity here, because I don't want to just shit on working hard, because if you don't work hard, then you won't even have the basic necessities. So let's put it in perspective. Yeah, working hard ain't gonna get you to where Jay-Z at. No, working smart, learning how to play chess gonna get you there. Business savvy, right? But working hard will keep a roof over your head. That's a fact.
My opinion, that comment would have probably bothered me more than his comment of immigrants having built America, because you went to that other stereotype that African immigrants work so hard and American Africans don't.
Yes.
The research clearly.
Right, and I can agree with Umar on that one.
Shows we work harder. Black women, American African women, the descendants of the Africans who built this country, have more degrees than any other population, including the African immigrants.
And that's when Umar started talking dumb stuff. Because when you start bringing up hard work, we need to go into bridge building, infrastructure, sewage systems, communication systems. You're talking about black women being able to go to school and get in debt in the white man's education scam. Dude be saying a lot of good stuff, and then he'll remind us why he's so dumb. Drop a one if that was dumb, y'all. Like, wasn't Umar just kind of doing a little good, and then it's like, oh, facepalm. And yes, it's good that black women got degrees, but that's what you bring up out the black people working hard in America? Black women going to school? Wowzers.
So you don't work harder. You are not the threat that we are. And I need my continental African brothers and sisters to know this because I love them. I'm a Pan-Africanist, so we all won. But that also means as one of the leaders of the Pan-Africanist movement, it is my job to check anybody who disrespects or misrepresents the struggle of another branch of the African family. So if I'm in Africa, and I've had to do this before, when I've taken my trips to the continent, sometimes American African or British African brothers will say something to disrespect the continental family. You don't know they struggle. Watch your mouth. And so when a continental African...
You do not be standing up for FBA. Bro, get out of here. What Umar is this? This dude don't do nothing but talk down about black folks. What a liar. He's capping right now. This cap right here for sure. This for sure cap.
Africans come here, or the Caribbean Africans come here, or the British Africans come here. I got to check them. You don't know our struggle. Watch your mouth. Because if it wasn't for us, you would have never got that job. If it wasn't for us, you would have never got into Harvard. If it wasn't for us, you would have never got...
This dude just started talking like this. Now, if Umar talking like this, why the hell is he mad at FBA? Everything he's saying out of his mouth right now is FBA talking points. That's all FBA doing. What he's saying now, checking these tethers, is all FBA doing. So the fact that he can do it, but got a problem with FBA doing it, show you the kind of jealous agent we dealing with. He's trying to co-opt the movement, and we got to watch this dude. He's trying to co-opt it. Because now you making FBA talking points. So if you talking like that, why don't you just rep FBA? If you want to check these tethers overseas, they hate FBA. Because they know we've been standing up, protecting ourselves, checking them, just like you said you doing. If Umar was really putting in the work he said he putting in, he would love FBA. That's right. He wouldn't have no problems with FBA. In fact, he would bring up FBA overseas when these tethers get out of line. He would ride on the FBA wave. You wouldn't be against it if you all about checking tethers. Like some ain't adding up. It's like you're trying to co-opt the talking points. And you late as hell, bro, because we've been out here checking tethers for the past few years. And you was going against us. Now you making those same talking points. Like, bro, it's silly.
Got into Yale Medical School. If it wasn't for us, you couldn't have married that white girl. Although I wish that was a law we never fought for. If it wasn't for us, you could have never lived in that suburb. If it wasn't for us, you never got the scholarship. You see what I'm saying? So you literally are building your life off of the blood of my ancestors and got the audacity to turn around and
So Umar Johnson is specifying a specific group of black people that aren't Africans. He's even protecting that group from the Africans, but he don't think that that group need to delineate from the Africans. Let that sink in. This interview is showing you Umar know who we are. Umar know who he is. Right now, Umar is on his FBA shit. He's making a distinction between foundational black Americans and Africans on the land. And he's checking them, making the same argument points Tariq Nasheed making. So what's the problem, bro? What's your beef with FBA? Because that's all FBA doing. You see what I'm saying, y'all?
Soak the blood that gave you an opportunity to thrive in this nation, that's disrespectful. Although we are all African, and I mean this to every branch of the family, because I don't love no branch any more than the other. I am true Pan-Africanist, because there's a lot of hypocritical Pan-Africanists out there. I'm gonna tell you, they will say Pan-Africanist, and they will practice cultural chauvinism. You feel me?
In what way?
I've had it done to me in Africa, where I've been around certain prominent Pan-Africanists, and they gave me that energy.
Yeah.
I don't really mess with you.
Yes.
Because you got to remember, anywhere I go in the world, I'm the
I can be a Pan-African and not mess with Umar. How would that make me a fake Pan-African? I can be a Pan-African and say, you know what, I don't really rock with Umar. Like, bro, that was real crazy, man. You can't take away someone Pan-African card just because they don't like you and want to rock with you.
The most popular person in that place, except for Burkina Faso.
Ego, y'all. Look at the ego. Look at the ego. This man said you're a fake Pan-African because you don't want to acknowledge him, and he's the most famous Pan-African besides the Burkina Faso leader. Umar really think he's that big. It's crazy. Umar really think he's that guy. It's funny though, bro. Yo, that's like Bubba Sparks coming back out right now, right? Yo, that's like Bubba Sparks coming back out in 2026 talking about, man, that's fucked up. You don't know who I am? I'm that nigga. I'm one of the great, like, come on, bro. Like, bro, you're not that guy no more. Oh my God. This is like Petey Pablo coming back out in 2026 getting mad like, I'm Petey Pa. You don't know. Oh, you acting funny. So you don't know who I'm Petey Pablo. Bro, your era gone. Nobody, this is sad to watch, Umar. It's fucking funny. Like, you're not that guy no more. That was like that was long time ago, Umar. This dude, you comparing yourself to the Ibrahim Traoré. You're comparing yourself to Burkina Faso leader. You having a huge ego trip, dude. Like, stop. No, we ain't doing that. Now, the Burkina Faso leader, you comparing yourself to Ibrahim Traoré, and you a nigga over here arguing with Sarah Sudenseti. You a nigga who can't finish a school when that man lead a nation, and you think you in the same bracket. Umar the type nigga that'll tell you, yeah, you's a fake Pan-African because you know who Gaddafi is, but you don't know who I am. So you telling me you know who the Pope is, but you never heard of Umar when I'm equivalent to Michael Jackson. So brother, have you ever heard of Prince? But not, my face doesn't ring a bell. Like, bro, who are you? So you never heard of Percy Miller, the founder of No Limit, Master P? Yeah, we heard of him, but not Umar? No. We've heard of Tariq Nasheed too, but not Umar? No, we haven't, no.
And he just took that spot.
And he just took that spot, right? Anywhere else, I'm him, everywhere.
Right.
And some people don't like that I'm bigger than them in their country, bigger than them in their city.
He really believes this shit. Oh my God. This is fucking cringe. This is cringe. This shit is cringe. We talking about a dude that does struggle streams in a bando and can barely have 500 to 1,000 people watching him, comparing himself to Ibrahim Traoré. People, if this is not the epitome of ego, and this is a good lesson to kids because you got to be self-aware. See, Umar got a problem. He don't have self-awareness. He's not aware of himself. Shout out to AM1 in the chat. Shout out to Vaughn. Shout out to the chat, man. I got the link pinned. Come on up if y'all want to join me, man. Listen, man. Self-awareness. Are you aware who you are? Your status in society? Are you real with that? This guy's not. Yeah. This man said, I'm bigger than you in your country. What country? What country you in where you bigger than the leader there? Umar think he's a goddamn emperor. Who this man, who the fuck he think he is, bro? Oh my God.
I'm the most popular person in that place, except for Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré.
And he just took that spot from
And he just took that spot, right? Anywhere else?
Bro, are y'all hearing this? Bro, I can't believe I just heard. I gotta pour a drink. You got, I'm tripped. Bro. Bro. I don't know what to say. Nigga, I'm lost for words, nigga. Man. This nigga just said Ibrahim Traoré took his spot. You gotta be trolling, my nigga. Come on with the laugh button. I know you about to hit the laugh button, right?
Else, I'm him everywhere.
Right.
And
I know I'm hearing this wrong. Let me take this back. I couldn't have heard that. Bro, I'm smoking on something. I ain't just hear that. Let's play that back. Bro, dude just said Ibrahim Traoré took his spot. Oh my God. I'm glad Umar ain't a musician. That nigga be like, cause you know I'm the best musician alive next to Michael Jackson. Yeah, because I was #1, you know, before he took my spot. Like, what the hell? Like, bro, who are you? Who is this guy?
if it wasn't for us, you would have never got into Yale Medical School. If it wasn't for us, you couldn't have married that white girl. Although I wish that was a law we never fought for. If it wasn't for us, you could have never lived in that suburb. If it wasn't for us, you would have never got the scholarship. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you literally,
Bro, I'm still tripping off that. You didn't say that.
ass, because I really don't think the comments were that disastrous to earn the
Fighting on behalf
of the whole race.
Right. And then you're telling me that you're being slighted by in certain circles when
Absolutely.
it comes to
getting them in their town. And that's where a lot of the envy comes from, because they don't understand how he been so hot for so long where most of us have died off.
so
This dude still think he's still hot, and it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Trying to see, like, that's like Vanilla Ice bragging. I can't even compare that. That's a bad comparison, because Vanilla Ice was actually. So I don't know what to say to this, my nigga. I'm just lost for words, my nigga. I'm out of parables for this shit. Like, bro just got a huge ego, because comparing yourself to a dude with a boots on the ground military and a nation, a nigga that gotta get up every day and manage resources for hundreds of thousands of people in a nation under his flag. This man got people's lives in his hand. You only got a school in your hand, and you can't even get that right. And you got the nerve to compare yourself to a leader of a real nation. And the people around Umar ain't no better, man. Because they know that he losing his mind, and that this man is really, his ego deteriorating him. And they're watching him deteriorate and won't nobody tell him, like, look, bro, you need to kind of humble yourself, Umar. Like, your golden era been came and left, bro. I don't know if you know, but the internet got a lot of new young niggas who ain't got a big name like you, but they get their pockets bigger than yours. You can't finish a school, and the school you ain't raised nothing but 2 million, and you saying you don't need nothing but like another 1 million, 2 million. It's black guys out here making millions every year online. You don't even know who they are. You got young dudes out here that's gamers that got more pull, more support from their community, their followers than Umar. Umar comparing himself to Abraham Trehor when my nigga, I Show Speed and Kaepernick can compare themselves to Abraham Trehor. Because we're talking about people who got such a cult following. They got people that will die for them on the front line. Like Abraham Trehor got a military. These people got money, resources. They ain't begging for you to know donations and GoFundMe to help do nothing. They got a fucking army. I Show Speed is like the leader of his own damn nation. You hear what I'm telling you? This is a young dude. He does backflips and shit. And he's damn near, and he's a small nation for real. Resources. He's his own economy. Imagine I Show Speed saying, let me start a GoFundMe to do this. It'll look weird. He got a whole community. All he got to do is say, look, chat, this what we doing. Everybody hit the donate right here because we building this shit tomorrow. And it's going to be there, nigga. They going to have more than what he asked for. Them the kind of followings that these guys got. Umar, our old asses is yesterday news, and that includes me too, nigga. That's right. You better humble yourself. Bro, this goes for Charleston White too, but the reason I'm bringing Charleston White up, Charleston White got more pull than Umar Johnson. That's right. Serious talk. Serious talk. Charleston White got more niggas behind him that'll slide. He got more niggas nationwide in different states working together for his agenda. He got access to more resources than you, Umar. I'm just, in my opinion, Charleston White is way more powerful than Umar Johnson. Umar really need to humble himself and go outside and look around him and see what other niggas is doing so he can get some fair comparisons. Bro on a high horse. And he's still begging for chump change with a school he'll never finish. And you got young black podcasters building schools in Africa playing video games, nigga. You got, like, bro, stupid. You comparing yourself to Abraham Trehor. That mean you on the same level of Mr. Beast. People like Mr. Beast, Abraham Trehor, these people are like Abraham Trehor is a nation. Mr. Beast is like a whole nation. His shit is a cult. Like, that's a nation. When you got all of these people following you, willing to give you anything you ask for when you ask for it, that's different than what Umar is, nigga. You're not nowhere near that, bro. You got a long way to go to say that you can be compared to Abraham Trehor. And you can't even get people to come help you mow the grass at your goddamn school. That's crazy.
So
Nigga, you can't even clean up mold from off your property. And you comparing yourself to Ibrahim. This shit just made my night.
You over here in America fighting on behalf
of the whole race.
Right. And then you're telling me that you're being slighted in certain circles.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Pan-Africanism.
Absolutely. And that is because a lot of people don't know the true history of Pan-Africanism. I see the memes on social media. Let me say this first one time to close out on the Shah Boozy point.
Yes.
I'm going to give him a pass because I really don't think the comments were that disastrous to earn the rebuke that they got.
Okay.
Because you're a traitor and an enemy, my nigga. He just got through talking about how he be checking folks, but you don't think Shabuzi needed to be checked for what he did. And I bet you he about to snake his way out of here by saying, we didn't do that to that person, bring up somebody, and we didn't do this to that person. Watch, I bet you he's predictable.
At the same time, I understand why many American Africans responded that way, because there is a tendency for some of our African immigrant brothers and sisters to push a false narrative that they work harder than us, when we're the reason you got a chance to work at all over here.
Exactly.
Right?
We opened the door for the work to even get done.
We opened the door.
It was harder opening the door than it was doing the work.
You didn't shed blood for the rights that you have. We shed the blood for the rights that you have.
So if you know all that, how do you tell us we going too hard on him? When he just got an award in something that we built and said he built it. And we built it with blood, sweat, and tears. Like, people died building this shit. You can't go too soft on a nigga when he disrespecting what happened, when your folks died. Listen, when your ancestors die to build something, it ain't no limits to how hard I'm gonna go on you for disrespecting that, my nigga. You crazy. Gang members will blow your brains out for dissing they set. All we doing is verbally checking you for dissing our dead ancestors. Bro, we being nice. What are you talking about? These people are still able to get awards and partake in the shit and not get kicked out. But you saying us verbally checking them, something you said you be doing, that's how I know you capping. Cause if you think we ain't going hard enough on them, bro. Disrespecting our dead ancestors. What are you talking about?
So imagine you give your life for my right to immigrate to this country, to become a doctor, lawyer, or an engineer. And
imagine you admitting all that, but still say we need to take it easy on these tethers for disrespecting us. You silly, Umar.
Stupid.
Poke fun at you after your death for the fact that I think I'm doing better than you
at this moment.
You built
right.
At this moment.
Yes.
Here's what I need every African immigrant to understand when you come to America. I don't care if I'm talking to my Canadian brothers and sisters, my Australian brothers and sisters, my South Pacific brothers and sisters, my Central and South American brothers and sisters, wherever you may be on the great African kingdom. You are not a...
I'm going to start a goal, everybody. I hope y'all don't mind participating. Oh, let me give a shout out to my brother Joshua Tellington. Thank you, Josh, for the donation. Appreciate you, brother Josh. I want to start a little quick goal, and I hope y'all don't mind. You know what I'm saying? We need 10 people to donate $10 to sponsor today's broadcast. We very far from our quota for today's broadcast. So we've been 2 hours in, and the support is low. So help us reach our goal. We appreciate y'all if you can.
A threat to the white power structure of this country. That's why you're allowed to do what you want. Because if you get out of hand, you can be sent back home. It's that simple. Yes. We are the only non-white people in America who can never be deported, Loon, because slavery destroyed our connection to our ancestral motherland. They can't deport us. There's no other group of people in this country who cannot be deported. So they're not going to give you the same opportunity they give a Ghanaian African. They're not going to give you the same opportunity they give a Nigerian African. They're not going to give you the same opportunity they give an Ethiopian African, because if the Ethiopian starts getting out.
So you know all that, and you think we need to go soft on these tellers when they disrespect what we built and how they benefit from it. Bro, not making no sense. He exposing himself.
And they going back to Ethiopia. You see?
Hey, let me give a big shout out to Von Hall. Hey, love you too, Von Hall. Appreciate your support as always, bro. Thanks for being 1 of 10. We got 9 more to go. I know we able to knock it out because we got a couple folks watching. Shout out to the brother Black Magic gang. Appreciate y'all, Black Magic. Shout out to y'all, you and Von.
See that? You can't be sent nowhere. So there is an intentional effort to control the pace of progress on behalf of the American African. And the problem with some of our continental family is they don't know that history. And they think that when they end up with more than you materialistically or scholastically, it's because they worked harder. No, it's not. If you look at how hard you worked, it was no more than we did, but you were allowed to achieve a little bit more because you are not a threat.
Right.
We are the threats.
Yes. Let me ask you this. For someone who doesn't know, like say Shabuzi is watching it. I also seen Jelly Roll deny to have a conversation about
Jalen Rose.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, the white guy.
Yes.
You saw him.
Did not have a conversation about ICE and about politics,
He
right?
didn't want the conversation.
He didn't want to have a conversation in that moment, right?
Okay.
I respect that. Hey, let's give a shout out to Sauce Bite. Said, keep it going, fam. We here. Appreciate y'all, man, for helping me extend the show and keep it going. Appreciate y'all's support.
And he's been, dragged online as well for that. But if Shabu,
Hey, Black Magic, I appreciate you too. You like the old lady that gave the 2 pennies, and because you didn't have that much, we all gotta respect it. I appreciate that. If Black Magic can give 2 of his $9, then that ought to make y'all see how real it is. But I appreciate everything y'all do. And even if you can't, we appreciate you. Just hit that like and share button. We appreciate that too. That helps a lot too. Appreciate everyone watching. We're going to keep it going.
Uzi is watching this, or even better than that, if a young black boy is watching this and he's confused and he says, he's saying, Dr. Umar, please explain to me the role immigrants played and the role that Africans played.
They didn't play no goddamn role. They just showed up after the house was built and started living in it. Like, what role did they play? They participated in some we built. Like, when they showed up, it was already built. That's like if my family build a playground and some people show up and start playing in the playground after it's built, what role did they play? They didn't play a role. They just enjoyed some shit we built. Am I right or wrong, y'all? If I create hip hop and it's already created, but someone show up and they start doing hip hop, and you say, well, what role did they play in hip hop? They just participated. They was a participant. That's it. You're not a builder. You're not it was already built when you came. And being a participator is okay. It's okay. Like if I go to Jamaica and start doing reggae music and someone say, well, what role did he play? Nothing. I just visited Jamaica and started doing reggae. I'm a participant in the culture. Let's give a shout out to my brother Leonard Robinson. Mobile, Alabama. Appreciate my brother from Mobile, man. I'm gonna try to do some stuff back home too. I am gonna do it. I'm gonna quit talking about it and just start manifesting. Salutes, bro Sanchez, Mobile, Alabama in here. Shout out to Eric Arrington. We're gonna reach our goal. I'm confident about it. Eric, I really appreciate your support, man. Black Power, much love to y'all. Appreciate all the love.
As it pertains to America, how would you put that plainly?
I would say that African immigrants from around the diaspora, right? Africa, Australia, Canada, they enriched the salad that we had already created. Imagine you go in the kitchen, you make a salad, right?
Yes.
I look at the salad, Loon got the lettuce, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, but Loon ain't got no raisins, Loon ain't got no apples, but Loon made the salad.
But that's what I'm saying though. We don't want raisins and apples in our salad. That's what I'm saying, nigga. Umar, my nigga, goddamn, bro. Like, you trying to cape for the immigrants, but you hurting them for real. Because let's give an example. Let's say you like McDonald's. You like the McDonald's cheeseburger. And you like it just the way McDonald's make it. And then some niggas show up and say, hey, throw some mayo and some jelly on that bitch. And I'm like, you didn't just help it. If someone tell me throw some mayo on my McDonald's cheeseburger, I may like it. I may not. But that ain't really a big contribution. Well, nigga, I'm the one told him to put ketchup on his fries. I invented the French fry, nigga. What do you mean? But I told you to put ketchup on it. But it wouldn't be nothing to put ketchup on, nigga, if it wasn't for me. So I'm the one told him to add the lettuce to the burger, looking ass. Like, you want props for that? But see, the thing be like this right here, like, instead of you saying, hey man, he made the burger, I just suggested we add the lettuce to it. You don't say that. You say, we built this burger joint. You a lie. You come into a house that's already built. You bring your rug into it and say, I made the house look better. I added a rug in the living room. But if you say that, I'm okay with it. But you don't say that. You add a rug in the living room and say, man, I helped build this house. Nigga, you came in here with a rug. And yes, it make the living room look nice. But we can do without it, bro. It's fine without your little ass rug, nigga. Like, quit thinking that you're gonna run the house because you brought a nice rug into it, bro. We can kick your ass out with your rug, nigga.
Bowl. Loon grew the cucumbers. Loon grew the lettuce. Loon grew the tomatoes. He did the bulk of the work. He laid the foundation for the salad. I could come in with the dressing. I could come in with the cheese. I could boil the egg. But guess what?
But they didn't even do that, though. They didn't even do that.
The hardest work was done by you. And then I come in and add the egg and the cheese and the dressing, the nuts and the raisins, and then I lift this up to the world and say, look at what I did. All Loon did was give the cucumbers and the lettuce into tomatoes. But without Loon's cucumbers, tomatoes, and the lettuce, you're not even in a position to put the salad and the cheese on that. You understand?
Yeah, it's
and
not
so
a
that's
salad.
what we want the African immigrants to understand. It's not that you didn't contribute. I can name you African immigrants who contribute significantly to our culture and what we've done, just like we contributed to theirs, right? The Black Power movement, they got that from us. Right. Pan-Africanism, they got that from us. You see what I'm saying? Pan-Africanism didn't come from Africa. It didn't come from Trinidad. It didn't come from Ethiopia. It came from the enslaved American African. It was us first, then Haiti second, and then Trinidad and Jamaica came. You see what I'm saying? But we were first. The first Pan-Africanist was Paul Cuffey, right here in Massachusetts in the United States. The first act of Pan-Africanism was Prince Hall, of the father of the Black Masons. He was the ones who went to the Massachusetts legislature.
That's why you know we shouldn't be fucking with it.
And said they need reparations and they want to go back home to Africa. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I wouldn't consider him a Pan-Africanist, but that was the first act of Pan-Africanism. But Paul
Bro got a lot of blabber and a Bart Simpson haircut that just make me look at this nigga like he would be a good mop.
Cuffey was the first Pan-Africanist. This is before the Haitian Revolution, right? So we're first. Pan-Africanism came from us. Today is February 13th. Today is the day that Henry Highland Garnett, grandfather Pan-African.
I'm just serious. Umar hair can hold a lot of suds in it. You can get a flow clean if you made your mop head like the top of that nigga hair. Shout out to Karzaya. Appreciate you, Karzaya. Karzaya, you 5 or 10. We getting there, sister. We almost there. We need 5 more people. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, you can dip your head in a mop bucket. I'm telling you, it'll hold a lot of suds. Let me zoom in so y'all can see. It should be like a good little scrubber situation going on there.
This is before Jamaica. You understand me? This is before them. Henry Highland Garnett was the first Black leader to give a speech to the U.S. Congress. He gave it today, February 13th, 1865. He died on the same day, 17 years later in Liberia, because he wanted to go to Africa and fight for the empowerment of Africa from that side. He built one of the first Pan-Africanist organizations in history.
I ain't gonna even lie, man. Umar boring as hell. Boo. 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 You're boring. And he went to Africa in 1886, and he ate, went down with the Shunted tribe, and he crossed the bridge, to the Mediterranean in 1442, and he went down there with the Bush tribe, and I was like, damn, because he was the first Pan-African, William Cuffey, and Oh man, can we just talk about the school already?
It's way before Henry Sylvester.
And bro be just crunk with, way before this, he get into this little mode, was like, let me see, I got it. And he didn't go to Africa to 1886. And he crossed the Great Pyramid of Giza in 1991. Like, bro, a bunch of just nothing burger Pan-African facts that don't help us. That's why FBA is so relevant. Hey, shout out to Kristen Smith. Kawabunga, dude. Appreciate the love.
He gave it today, February 13th,
You 6 of 10, Chris. We got 4 more. We gonna do this.
1865. He died on the same day, 17 years later in Liberia, because he wanted to go to Africa and fight for the empowerment of Africa from that side. He built one of the first Pan-Africanist organizations in history. He's way before Henry Sylvester Williams. He's way before Haile Selassie.
Wow.
This brother need a better breathing technique. Because he's waiting for what I was saying. What the heck, bro? Stop.
He's way before Kwame Nkrumah. He's way before Marcus Garvey. You follow what I'm saying? So when you're talking about Pan-Africanism, that was born on American soil by free and enslaved Africans during our enslavement. Pan-Africanism was birthed here. The first conference on Pan-Africanism was not
We are Planet 1.25.
Henry Sylvester Williams' 1900 Pan-African Conference.
Yeah, he hyped for no reason. Look at them eyes right there. Look at them eyes right there, y'all. Hey. Look at this shit right here, bro. Look at this little, oh man, bro, look at this. That one little Lone Ranger, that one little blade of hair that's just sticking out right here. It fucks your silhouette up, my nigga. It fucks your silhouette up. Like, because if a nigga had to draw you right now, I would have to make this little motherfucker stick out. Like, why he just out there like that? Why you can't just be uniform with it, my nigga? Like, this one right here. Like, cut him off. You don't need him. Because he doing what he wanna do. And living color, this one right here, bro. Listen, you need to clip that one on off because he don't want to grow upright. And the Bible told us we got to be upright. You crook, he's wicked. He's to the left, to the left. That motherfucker is leaning to the left. I'm telling you, he gotta go. He's making the group look bad. We all over here doing this and he just wanna be doing his own thing. Nope, cut him out, he gotta go. Cut him out. Look at that little thing right there hanging out right there. That's gonna poke somebody in the eye. I'm telling you, that is a health hazard. That is a listen, that is a pointed object, sir. That may that hurt somebody, man. Keep out, you know, that shit is leaving outside of your auric field. Okay, son? It's penetrating your electromagnetic fields. Listen.
In London, right? Henry Sylvester Williams was the Trinidadian brother. He had the conference in London, 1900.
You know, soon as you try to cut that motherfucker, when you cut that motherfucker off, he gonna turn into a different person. Ooh, I got my powers from that. Like, that shit gonna be, I'm telling you, you can't cut that off, brother. It do look like a Cheeto, though. It got the Cheetos going, though, you know.
The Chicago Conference on Africa was 1894, 1895. Predates that.
Right.
But if you don't know the whole history of Pan-Africanism, you start saying, we did it. But here's my thing. We all did it.
Right.
You see, just because we created it don't make us better than nobody else. Because
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the creators are better than everybody else. That's silly. That's stupid. The creators would be the fathers, man. That's just for trying to act like the act of creating something is equivalent to the act of just participating in it is stupid. Let me give a shout out to Seafood Stoner. Seafood Stoner, thank you for being 7 of 10. We only need 3 more people now, my brother. Say, I'm grateful for you. A lot have come across your energy as a light, being your journey in this simulation, freeing us all. Hey, that mean a lot, man. I humbly appreciate y'all, for real. Umar just said, we're the creators. That don't make us better than nobody. So according to Umar, Elon Musk is equivalent to the people that drive the Cybertruck. Did that go over your head? According to Umar Johnson, if I buy me a Cybertruck, that Elon Musk ain't better than me just because he created it. I'm driving it. We the same. According to Umar Johnson, right? Elon Musk invented the Cybertruck. He created the Cybertruck, right? But if I buy one and drive in it, he ain't better than me. Like, think about what Umar's saying. He's saying, me driving a Cybertruck is equivalent to Elon for creating it. Umar is saying Elon created the Cybertruck, but that don't make him better than the people that's driving it now.
Stupid.
Let that sink in.
Make us no better than nobody else.
Yeah.
But it's important to make sure the historical record is accurate, because the Haitians,
Why do we need to protect the history of who made the Cybertruck? So that no one can never say that they're equivalent to the creator, you dummy. That's right. Ain't no need to protect historical data if you just gonna reduce your status based upon what you did, what you contributed. Dude is stupid, man. Like, Umar really stupid. What's the point of Elon Musk having paperwork to prove that he created the Cybertruck? So that just no regular dude driving in it can think he's on Elon level. Because Elon can always say, look, the historical proof shows that I'm the creator. And you can't downplay the act of me creating something when you're just enjoying what I created. And to ensure that you can't downplay what I contributed, I got paperwork to back up that I'm the creator and that I contributed. And there's no need to protect that paperwork if you just gonna make yourself equivalent to every nigga driving the car. Like, if Elon was saying, look, we all created the Cybertruck, I don't want no credit, then I would say, Elon, why you protecting your ownership paper? Why you going out of your way to let it be known with the historical data that you're the creator? See, but Elon ain't that dumb. Elon know if he created something, he want the whole world to know I created it and you didn't do a goddamn thing. That's right. That don't mean he's selfish. That mean he's smart and he's protecting his intellectual property, something Umar ain't doing for his people. That's right. Shout out to Golden Spark. Golden Spark, you 8 of 10. We only need 2 more now and we there. Appreciate the love, Golden Spark. Y'all hear what I'm saying, right? We're not being mean by saying we created this all by ourselves and you didn't contribute nothing. Right? That ain't being mean, that's being truthful. I don't gotta lie like you helped me create this if you didn't. And if you didn't, you just didn't. You shouldn't want credit for something you didn't do. That's right. See, the problem ain't black people being selfish. We shouldn't have to share our achievements with people that did not contribute to them, bro. That's just facts. And it ain't an issue of me being selfish. It's an issue of you want credit for shit you didn't contribute to. I'm not the problem. You are. You shouldn't want credit for things you didn't contribute to. That's your problem. So it's not a selfish problem with us, right? It's a greed problem with them because you want too much and you ain't gonna get what you want fucking with us, nigga. You ain't gonna get what you want, nah.
Have a very strong case for the role they played in Pan-Africanism because guess what? They were the first nation in the world to say if any black man makes it here, he's a citizen here. Before Ethiopia.
That's hard.
Before Ethiopia.
I respect that.
It was the Haitians.
Yeah.
That was Jean-Jacques Dessalines who said any black man from America, if you can escape them chains and make it over here, you one of us.
Now watch this, right? Watch this, right? Hey, let me give a shout out to Doyle Brunson. Doyle Brunson, you 9 of 10. We only need one more. Who gonna be this last one, man? Appreciate the love, Doyle. I'm very confident we gonna reach this goal. Because we got 20 minutes left and we only need one more person. Who is it gonna be? Umar said when a black man make it over here, we saying you one of us. That's our problem though. Because a lot of people, when they come over here, we think we're doing them a favor by chocolate coating them. And they don't want that shit. Because I'm going to tell you what we faced for years. People would come over here and we would tell them, you black, you one of us. And they would say, no, I'm not black. I'm Nigerian. You're black. And we would get mad at them and say, they're not practicing unity. But they come from a country where everyone practicing tribalism. What make you think they just gonna come over here and be 100% down with unity? They wouldn't unite in their land. So think about what Umar's saying, right? Oh, let me give a shout out to Guala Gang. We just reached our goal, y'all. And for sure, we gonna keep it coming. Appreciate the love. I appreciate that, man. It feels so good to complete a goal.
Chains and make it over here, you one of us. Remember, Denmark Vesey, the slave revolt in South.
But think about this, right? When immigrants come over here, we tell them you're one of us. But you know what never happened? The immigrants never come over here and say, I'm one of y'all. It always gotta be us trying to force our identity on these folks. It's cringe, man. We want everybody to be black because we ain't proud of what we are. And we don't feel proud of being what we are unless everybody else doing it. And the Bushman tribe ain't gonna tell you when you show up in they land, you're a Bushman tribe member. The Dogon tribe ain't just gonna tell you just because you came over there, hey, you're one of us. You in our tribe now. No, man. That's dangerous, bro. Furthermore, we think we doing people a favor, and they saying, no thank you, nigga. We good. We don't need a black card, Umar. Right? I'm a Nigerian American. I'm not black, right? And we was, oh, you're a coon. You don't want to be black. And really, it's you with the self-hate. You don't want to be what you are unless you can cloak everyone else in it. But them people already got a native home and an identity. They don't got to accept black just because they came to America. They can say, I'm a king in America. And Umar argued with them, but you're black, though. Yeah, my skin is a certain shade, but I don't stand for none of the values black people stand for. Matter of fact, if a Kenyan come over here and tell Umar, if Umar say, well, you one of us, you black, and the Kenyan say, no, I'm not, I'm a Kenyan American. And in fact, I don't even like black people. I think y'all are ghetto. I think you're lazy. And we really need Donald Trump to do something about it, right? Guess what Umar would call him? A coon who hate himself. And really, People like that don't hate theyself, they love theyself, and they doing what's best for they people. When the tether come over here cooning, they're practicing tribalism. They saying, fuck your people, is all about my people. If the white man cutting a deal with me that's helping me benefit my people and send some money back home to my land, then fuck you niggas. Not trying to practice unity with you black folks. We just over here to act and cosplay, get some money from your shit and send it back home to our communities. Let's keep it real. Like, Umar is so naive and is dangerous, opening up our door for everybody. You over here, you black. So everybody come over here with brown skin, we just gonna cloak them with the FBA banner. That's dangerous, no. If a black man go to Jamaica right now, they ain't just gonna say, oh, you Jamaican. You can go to Nigeria tomorrow and they ain't gonna say, oh, you're Nigerian now. But a Nigerian man can come to America and Umar got to let him know, oh, you black now. Why? Because I got on an airplane and took a trip. Now I'm a black man, nigga. And that makes being black nothing. Like, what is black if that's all it take to be it? And that's why it's important for FBA to delineate. Because we're defining what black is. If we let people like Umar do it, it's nothing but a plane trip, nigga. You can be black just by landing on this motherfucker. Like, goddamn, nigga. I've been black my whole life, and I can't change that shit. But you telling me a nigga can just be what I am overnight from a plane trip. Even though what that's like telling a Crip, right, in California, because you moved to Compton in the Crips neighborhood, you one of them, you a Crip now. If you move to them niggas neighborhood, they gotta put you on, bro. You gotta prove yourself. You don't just by default be part of the gang because you moved on their territory. You gotta go through everything everybody else went through, man. Ain't no one man bigger than the gang. All the other gang members got history with the set. They ain't just claiming that because it was easy to claim it. And because, hey, I joined the set because I just moved here. No, I put some work in. I got a history of contributing to the community. And a dude that can just move over here and call himself one of us, that's a joke, man. Your shit look like a joke, nigga. Umar don't understand that. That's why he's dangerous, bro.
South Carolina, then Mark Beasley was going to get a ship and sail to Haiti. Most of them wanted to sail to Haiti.
Right.
You see, and
yes.
Not only that, the first 4 presidents of Haiti, guess what they were doing on the open sea, Loon? Intercepting slave ships filled with our ancestors.
Did you see his goddamn face? Umar on coke. What? Umar is a joke, man, for real. I gotta just say that shit. Bro, a joke. Intercepted slave ship coming from my ancestors. Well, shut your big ice cream sandwich eating ass up, nigga. This dude fake as fuck. Watch this shit, y'all.
To Haiti. Most of them wanted to sail to Haiti.
Right.
You see, and
yes.
Not only that, the first 4 presidents of Haiti, guess what they were doing on the open sea, Loon? Intercepting slave ships filled with our ancestors.
Who was driving those slave ships? Africans, not white men.
That's right.
That's what I'm tripping off. This blacks saving each other from other blacks. And the blacks that we're being saved from by Haiti are the ones he want us to be loyal to, the Africans. Homeboy, if you really knew history like that, you would be full FBA. I don't understand Umar. It's like he talked just to be talking. He's fake as hell. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's hard.
You feel me?
I respect
Jumping
that.
on the ship and taking it.
See, this is the history need to be
Yes,
told.
sir.
Yeah, you
Yes,
see what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
But see,
Don't nobody care about that. Who care how that's gonna help us? The history need to be told is the contributions our people made on American soil. America always telling the world what we did outside of America. And they downplay our contributions to America and give it to immigrants. So why should we be talking about something that Africans and Haitians did long time ago? Why should we even be bringing up our greatness in Egypt right now when the people in power are saying we ain't contribute shit to young America? We need to give them a history lesson. If you are fascinated about history, Umar, then you ought to be passionate about correcting the people in power who's saying that foundational black Americans didn't contribute shit to this country. So when people start calling us out saying we didn't contribute nothing to America, why do you want to talk about Haiti, bro? When there's people we arguing with saying we didn't contribute nothing to America. That's not an argument what he's defending. But he ain't defending the current arguments that we on the hot seat about. He avoiding that, talking about nothing burgers. That's some agent behavior. But guys, I know y'all donated so that I can keep the show going, and we're gonna go for another 30 minutes because I got 30 minutes to an hour because ain't nobody really joining the call, and the video review ain't gonna be that long. We already halfway through it. Let's play it.
see, if you're an artist like
So we're encouraging people to hit the call-in button so we can have some content, interact with the people. But if not, we'll just do the review, and I'll let y'all go because
Shabuzi, and we do want you to use your voice as a tool.
Yes.
But he needs talking points. They need understanding.
They do.
Because when you speak that way and the historical context is missing, it can be weaponized or it can be utilized in a way that you wasn't intended for it to be used.
That's true, but I'm gonna say this. You're absolutely correct, but I want to add this clarifying point. Education does not replace emotion. This is what I mean, Loon. I can tell Loon the true history of Pan-Africanism all day. But if Loon wants to continue to say that Pan-Africanism started here, or Pan-Africanism started here, or Pan-Africanism started here because he is an ethnic chauvinist and wants to put his people above others,
Right.
the education don't mean nothing. Because in your heart, you think your people are better than other black people. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can educate Shabuzi and the rest of them, and I'm sure he's a good brother. I don't know him, but I'm sure he's a good brother.
But we're speaking to the prototype. We're speaking to
But what I'm saying is the mindset. Case in point, the white man. We can educate the white man all day. Is he gonna stop being a white supremacist? No.
let's get on to, they talking too much about Shabuzi. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm here to hear what he's saying about FBA, man. Like, this is really a lot of Shabuzi talk, and I wish I can get to the FBA part.
be on the plantation.
As free as you, because I'm still on the plantation. I don't own this, but I'm as free.
Because that's the main part we here to really review. Let me find that, man. We got a transcript? Yeah. Show this transcript. When do we get to FBA? Here we go. FBA.
I'm getting a growing understanding of a movement called FBA.
Okay.
Pan-Africanism and FBA. How do they contrast or complement one another?
Okay. Well, first of all, Pan-Africanism is the black man's oldest formal political ideology. We gave birth to the first free.
I think that's a lie. That is a lie. Because black people had political ideologies and was unified before Pan-Africanism. That's a damn lie, bro. He's acting like we was just dumb as hell, not working together, no political ideology, not unified until Pan-Africanism came. And what you gotta realize, even at the height of Pan-Africanism, Pan-Africanism didn't really contribute to us having a huge political movement. Pan-Africanism contributed more to hip-hop, to more making us feel proud of ourselves. And we did it by cultural appropriating Egypt, dressing up like Egyptians, putting on dashikis. Like, that's all Pan-Africanism did. It boosted our ego at a time where America was calling us the N-word and beating us down. And it made us put on dashikis and say, I'm a god and I'm an Egyptian. Okay. It didn't make us, FBA is a real political movement that's literally talking about reparations. Pan-Africanism don't deal with reparations, so if you're talking about what's more of a political threat, FBA is holding the enemy accountable today to pay back what he's done. Pan-Africanism is all about giving you a bunch of pride with no damn progress. That's it.
The independent black nation in the world, Haiti, right? Pan-Africanists are some of your greatest black leaders, your greatest black organizers. If you're looking at achievements, nobody compares to Pan-Africanism.
Well, why don't you name those achievements? Don't you think he would go down the list of achievements one by one?
Nobody. Hebrews, Moors, Nawapians, Gods and Earths, Nation of Islam, I love them all. Nobody.
Yeah, that's a lie, right? That's a big ass lie.
You can put all them together, you don't touch us. Okay, and I say that respectfully, but it's the truth. Okay.
But this the same man that compares himself to Abraham Trihor. This the same man that thinks that he's on the same level of Burkina Faso's leader. So of course you know he gonna lie out the mouth and exaggerate.
ADOSFBA, respectfully, I'm going to go with both groups because they represent basically the same thing, but there are differences, right? So ADOS.
Which is a descendant of slavery.
No, they're first. FBA comes later.
Okay.
Okay, but they both exist. FBA is more popular, right?
Okay.
ADOSFBA. I don't have a problem with the American African people seeing the need to make it clear to other branches of the global African family that when you come here, you need to be clear that we built the house and rolled out the carpet for you.
He about to say some dumb shit, bro. Because if you ain't got a problem with that, why then come with a problem? I hate when people do this. Because if you was telling the truth, guess what you would say? I have a problem with how they're doing it or something like that. You say, I don't have a problem with them doing this, but you finna point out a problem, watch, with how we doing it.
Be respectful in my home the same way you would want for me to be respectful in your home. So the concept of that American African identity, I have no issue with it. It needs to be done. It needs to be said. This is.
Guess what he about to say? I know he's a simple, predictable nigga. Guess what he's about to say? I don't got a problem with that, but when you deny your African roots, when you delete your, like a feminine woman, like, how am I deleting my love for Africa by embracing my love for America? That's like saying, by me giving my mama some love and acknowledging my mama's love, I'm deleting my love for my grandmother. So even if I use Umar's mentality with the out of Africa theory, us acknowledging the ancestors on this land is not us forgetting the ancestors on another land. That's right. He knows that.
This is not new. What is new about it,
rich cracker eating ass,
is the adversarial stance that they are taking towards African immigrants who come here from the diaspora, and the energy that they give them, the negative energy that they give.
Bro, we just giving the energy we get. What Umar need, like, you're not gonna parent. This the same dude that wanna tell you who the fuck. Now he wanna tell you how to respond to disrespect. And this the same dude who cussed Sadie out. So what he's saying, when a tether come over here and disrespect what our dead ancestors built while partaking in it, we should respectfully respond. Even though that man cursed Sadie out. He's a hypocrite. We're gonna match the energy we're giving, bro. And you can't tell a man how to respond, nigga. That's right. That's right. You can't tell us how. Guess what you need to be telling the tethers? Don't disrespect these niggas when you come over here, because you just don't know what kind of response you may get. That's right. Instead of you trying to tell me how to respond to disrespect, How about you tell them to quit disrespecting?
Give them, which supersedes the negative energy you give to the white man who enslaved you then and oppresses you now.
And this is what the tethers do. They come over here and have more vitriol for us than the white colonials that's invading their own land. They will abandon their land while the French, the Chinese, Europe take it over. And they'll come over here and be more mad at us than the people that's literally pillaging their motherland. And Umar got the nerve to say this.
There's nothing a continental African immigrant can do to me that can supersede what the white man has done to me.
And he's trying to make it like us checking these tethers is us taking our foot off the white man's neck. Why can't we just do it all? He just admitted to checking these folks. And ain't nobody gonna tell him when he check a tether, but bro, it ain't worse than what the white man did. Yes, it is. Because if a black person do to me the same thing that the white man doing, it is worse because it's coming from my people. Think about this, right? Umar said we're Africans. And we come from Africa. We were taken from our tribes in Africa. And when the Africans come over here, we got to tell them that they one of us. Let that sink in. Umar said we are lost Africans. And the Africans come over here and we got to remind them, hey bro, we all family. We got to tell the Africans that. Even though we're stolen from them. And not only that, they come over here disrespecting us and we got to still be nice to them according to Umar. Far as I'm concerned, when an African lie about my achievements, it hurt more than when a white man do it. That's right. I expect it from certain people. You're telling me to be nice when an African do it, but go hard on a white man, even though this is my brother that's trying to tear my history down. Umar said we're Africans and we all one family. But he also admitted that he had to check these Africans sometime from disrespecting his family. Listen, Umar, if the Africans thought we was all one family, you wouldn't have to check them for disrespecting your shit. That's right. Because they would see it as theirs too. The fact that you got to tell them we family. And they don't come over here and say, my brother, my lost African brother, I love you. We gotta tell them, hey, you know I'm your family, right? They should know that if we're stolen property that come from them. Somebody take any one of my family members away. When I reunite with my family member that was taken from me and went through an ethnogenesis, think about this now. You're an African that went through an ethnogenesis according to Umar. The African that goes through an ethnogenesis shouldn't even know who he is. What are we doing telling the Africans we're Africans? They should know that, not us, because we went through slavery. Our shit was deleted. The white man turned us Africans into Christians and slaves. He took away our Africanism, according to Umar. But when the Africans show up here, the African don't even want to be African. Shabuzi came here and started doing goddamn country music. The Africans show up here and the Africans should be telling me, hey, you black man in America, you are the lost tribes of Africa. Wake up, you are an African. I shouldn't be telling him we're all Africans. I was stolen from his land. How is the African slave in America teaching the African on the motherland we're all Africans? And we're the one who shouldn't even have the knowledge of who we are. They should be teaching us. They should be saying, you were taken, some of you were taken here, some of you were taken from this tribe. Why the white man telling us where we was taken from? The Africans ought to be able to back him up or say he lying. They ought to say, nope, the white man is lying about your history because we your parents. We your forefathers. You was taken from our house. So how come if black people were stolen from African tribes, how come them African tribes gotta be taught by the white man that we were stolen from them? And then they say, check your blood types. What a dumbass. There is no blood type called Ghana or Nigerian. Blood types don't show you who the hell you are as far as you being an African and all that. Guess what they're gonna show you? Everybody who got a blood type submitted to that database, it's gonna show you who your shit is more similar to. The biggest database only got a few million. It's 10 billion people on Earth. Guess where they get most of the samples from? Poor countries. Guess where's the poorest country on Earth? Africa, you dumbass. So if I go and get me a blood test to see where I'm from, guess what I'm gonna have most similarities with? Africa. They telling everybody because everybody get a blood test done and everybody in the world can find more hits in Africa. They say, well, we all come from Africa. No, you dumbasses. Most of the database that you testing my shit up against are samples that come from Africa. If I put a bunch of goddamn yellow cards in a bag, 500 yellow cards, and I put 50 green cards, 50 orange cards, don't you think everybody gonna pull more yellow cards out the bag, you dumb fuck? See, you wanna call me dumb? I can name call too, but I'm smarter than your dumb ass, cause you just regurgitate dumb shit you've been told and you don't challenge it. If a motherfucker put 500 yellow cards in the bag, 50 pink cards, 50 red cards, everybody gonna pull more yellow cards than anything else. So when everybody go get their blood test done, everybody getting hits in Africa. So does that mean we come from Africa? No, you dumbass. It means that most of the blood samples in that database are majority African. It's biased from the get-go. Stupid.
There's nothing a
Instead of
Caribbean,
trying to-
Central South American
Well, what
African
if-
immigrant can do to me that can exceed what the white man has done to me. So why is it?
How you gonna mention SETI as a reference and say you not Africa? Because when I mentioned SETI, I wasn't even talking about Pan-Africanism. I was talking about Umar's disrespect for black men. You know what? I believe you probably retarded because you have no comprehension skills and you don't know what context is. Me bringing up SETI ain't got nothing to do with whether I think I'm an African or not. If I say I'm not an African, I can bring up who I want. And who I bring up can think they're an African. That don't mean I think I'm one. But I don't know why I'm wasting time talking to an autistic person.
I can have so much vitriol, hatred, disrespect, animosity towards someone who looks like me just because they came from another place. When the white man who's responsible for my hell here, I'm never giving him half that energy.
And that's a damn lie too. To say that we ain't giving white folks the same energy that we giving tethers when all we doing is cracking and roasting on them and making jokes. Niggas make jokes about the white man all day. And when you talk about the energy that we giving the tethers, you ain't talking about the fact that they come over here disrespecting. If I got kids and I got a kid that keeps starting shit, I'ma stop checking my other kids for how they respond to it. If one of my sons hit his ass on the head with a stick, guess what I'ma say? I'ma say, boy, you need to quit starring shit so much. That's right. Umar gonna whoop his son for responding to a shit starter. See, you missing the main part. They come over here disrespecting us, and Umar admitted that. He said we're just too harsh when we respond. You feel me? But this the same man that cussed Seti out, and we never saw him cuss a white man out like that. That's right. This man told a black woman, thanks for donating $20, next time make it 50. And then turned around and told black women, you only think you beautiful because the white woman told you that. He's talking about we got more smoke for Africans than the white man, and we should, bro. If a black man spits on a grave of his own ancestors, we should be more angry at him than a white racist. You dummy. If you saying Africans are our allies and they come over here undermining us, we should be more mad at them than the white man, because the Africans agreed that they on our team. So the moment they do traitorous shit, bro, that hurt me more than any white man. Why wouldn't I be more? It's like saying, look, why would I be more mad at my enemy for doing what my enemy was built to do? I'm gonna be mad at my brother for doing to me what my enemy doing. Umar don't get that because he's stupid. Umar want to know why we more mad at the tethers than the white man. Because, nigga, we thought that they was on our team and they doing the same shit the white man doing. It hurts more because you look like me. It hurts more because you doing the same shit the white man doing to me, and he did it to you too. It hurts more because the tether had the same thing happen to him by the white man, and he want to do it to me. So now I got two people trying to colonize me. I got to worry about the white man and the tether. That's how we looking at it, bro. And it's fucked up when I got to watch my back from my own homeboy. Just imagine living in a community. Not only do I gotta watch my back from the rival community that keep coming through here shooting the block up, I gotta watch my back from my next door neighbors too in a community. Bro, that's tough. So who you think I'm gonna be more harsh on? My next door neighbors, cause they closer to me and they trying to do to me what the enemies on the other side of the railroad track doing. And this supposed to be my nigga. Imagine that, this my homeboy, and he trying to do to me what our ops doing. Man, I'm gonna be way more harsh on him than the ops, cause I expect the ops to do that.
And then on top of that, it's contradictory in this way. You still identify with the white man. You are a black American? Since when?
The word American ain't synonymous with the white man, and that's a problem I got with him too. He's given the white man too much credit, y'all. That's right.
So you'll call yourself an American, but you'll never call yourself an African. Think about that now.
Now think about this right here, right? We need to call ourselves what benefits us strategically and politically. Calling ourselves Africans made us feel good, but it created a social status to where we're saying we're immigrants. We're not immigrants. We are the original people of this land. So Umar said it earlier, right? He said something about education versus emotions, right? Us calling ourselves African would just be an emotional response. Us calling ourselves foundational Black Americans would be a strategic political action and an act of revolution. Don't nobody care what we call ourselves. We care how we being treated. We care about our reality we live in. If we decide to call ourselves the shitheads tomorrow, I wouldn't care long as we get a manifest a better reality for our people. Umar care what we call ourselves because he's emotional. He's not strategic. A big baby. I wouldn't give a damn what we call ourselves, long as we come up with something that we can gain power from. He care what you call yourself because he's an emotional little ass boy. I don't give a damn what we call ourselves, long as it's making progress, my nigga. That's right. Nobody bent that shape on what we calling ourselves, bro. But dummies, emotional dummies.
After all I've been through in this country, I'm still going to wave their flag. After all I've been through in this country, I'm still going to use.
He think that the American flag is their flag. This brother lacks education because he said he's a Pan-African, but he don't know that the American flag come from Egypt. That's right. Umar. I can't believe Umar is this dumb and people keep booking him. Watch this, right? He think that the American flag belonged to the white man. Let me teach you something, you dummy. Let me teach this dummy something. Here go the American flag right here. Now, Umar said he a Pan-African. How come I know more about him than Africa? I'll run circles around him talking about the Dogon tribe, the Bushman tribe, because he's a grifter. He's an imposter, and I'm starting to realize bro he ain't smart like that. It's starting to show that he's been fronting and he's lying, bro, because he keep making too many mistakes. If you're a real scholar, bro, nobody who really have knowledge of self will say something stupid like the white man created the American flag. And bro, I'm telling you right now, this is coming from a foundational Black American. The American flag comes from Africa, you stupid. You supposed to be teaching that. You're the Pan-African. You're the Pan-African, bro, not me. But bro so determined to hate on FBA, he's shooting himself in the foot right now. That's right. Bro is so determined to hate on FBA, he's literally taking glory from Africa right now and giving it to the white man. And Umar's attempts to undermine his own people right now is sad, bro. It's sad, bro. He's shooting himself in the foot right now. He's giving the white man the American flag and he's taking it away from the Egyptians, but he think he's taking it away from FBA. He's trying to be evil and take this spirit of Americanism away from us, even though it benefit us. He's emotionally attached to Africa so much that he's shooting himself in the foot to hate on FBA. Because you giving the white man the American flag is literally you taking the credit from Egypt. Egypt created the American flag. The American flag, the money that we got with the fucking pyramids on it, a lot of stuff we do here, they copied off Egypt. Why you think we got Memphis, Tennessee? Why you think we got Memphis, Tennessee? Why you think we got an obelisk in Washington, D.C., you damn dummy? Bro shooting himself in the foot because it's a beautiful thing. It literally is something, it's a flex to say, look, the white man didn't even create the American flag. That comes from Africa. Umar should be proud of that. Umar should be restoring the greatness of Africa by saying the white man stole the American flag from my African ancestors. But this shows you Umar don't really give a fuck about Africa. I told y'all that. If Umar cared about Africa, ain't no way he'll let the white man get away with stealing the American flag from the Egyptians. And if Umar cared about Africa, he would know this. He would research stuff like this.
Their colors. After everything I've been through in this country, I'm still going to identify with the plantation and call myself an American. So I don't have an issue with the concept. I take issue with the strategies. And
what about if someone is saying that, all right, we look at anyone that is putting in our place and getting access to resources that belong to us because they built their cold wealth off coerced labor from our people, but you can come in as an African, as a quote unquote immigrant and get certain access to things that
I just showed you how a motherfucker ain't gotta talk when they show. Can I get an amen? That's right. That's right. The American flag has been carved on the walls in Egypt for eons, and you don't know everything. So when somebody teach you some shit, don't be quiet sometime, first of all. Some of y'all talk too much. You asking how does the American flag come from Africa is stupid when I'm showing you right now. Just say, Sanchez, I didn't know that, and you taught me something new, and then thank me, if anything. Other than that, just shut up. If you ain't gonna say thank me for teaching you nothing new.
maybe the foundational Black Americans,
I'm telling you that the design was already carved in the walls of Egypt. The people that built this country, they were just plagiarizing a lot of symbols and concepts from other people. They didn't have original ideas, and the American flag is just another plagiarized idea. Now quit acting like a damn dummy. I'm making myself very clear with what the hell I'm saying. Somebody said if out of Africa theory is fake. It ain't fake, you dumbass. It's a real theory, but it ain't a real fact. This person should stop typing. You showing how slow you is. Do you got a bib around your fucking neck? Do you drool or something? If the out of Africa theory is fake, no, the out of Africa theory ain't fake. It's a real theory, you dummy. But that just don't make it a fact. It's just a theory. No such thing as a fake theory. It's just the point that a theory ain't a fact. Theories are real. They just ain't factual. But they do exist.
they call themselves.
This dummy better stop talking to me because I'm smarter than you, so you can quit trying to flex and check me. Name calling thinking you gonna check me. I'll embarrass you with my intelligence. I start off the show respecting everybody and I'm humble. But when you approach me like trying to flex with your intellect and you name calling, oh my nigga, all the gloves off because you ain't smarter than me. Facts.
That's right. Believe that, yo, that's our stuff.
If you was, I would humble myself and say, hey man, you taught me something, I was wrong.
And so I don't look at the African any different than I look at any other, ethnic group that comes over and tries to take that place.
If that's the case, where is your campaign against the Latinos? Because I don't see it. Where's your campaign against the Caucasian immigrants? I don't see it.
Watch this though. Ain't no Caucasian immigrants coming over here undermining us. Guess what's happening? The Caucasian immigrants are coming over here undermining the white folks in the trailer park that's been here. Umar a dummy. When you get a white immigrant coming from another country and they come over here and get all these benefits and shit, that pisses off the white boy in the trailer park. The same way when a Nigerian or something come over here, move in the hood, live amongst us, get benefits we can't get, but undermine us while living amongst us, acting like they one of us, blending right in. That's the same thing foreign white folks do. They move around the white folks here, they blend in, and they get more of the benefits than Billy in the trailer park. You can't put a color on this tether shit. Because when it come to black people and white people, the white immigrants come over here and undermine the white folks that's been here. So you can't do that. I know what you just tried to do, but it don't work, bro. It don't work. Tetherism is a problem, and it ain't just a black one. That's right. Go ask Billy in the trailer park.
Here's your campaign against the South Asian and North Asian immigrants. I don't.
But see, what I think fragmented everything is the reparation talk. And so I think the reparation talk, a lot of the foundational, and I'm, I could be speaking out of school, but my limited understanding of it is, I think that they believe that the reparations belong to descendants of slaves.
Well, I'm going to say this as a Pan-Africanist, because we invented the reparations fight. It don't come from FBA. It don't come from ADOS. This was.
So you're telling me Africans came to America and invented the reparations conversation, but ain't no reparations conversation in Africa? Show us a reparations movement in Kenya. Show us a reparations movement in Ghana. Show us a reparations movement in Nigeria. Show us a reparations movement in Burkina Faso. That just started with Ibrahim. This man said Africans came over here in America and got us begging for our shit back, as if we weren't already asking for our shit back before they came on a banana boat. So let me get this straight. You're telling me black folks been in America all this time before Africans came over here on boats, right? We were here before the Mayflower, right? And we didn't think to ask for our shit back until immigrants came? Seriously. It took another group to let our women know they was beautiful. And it took another group to let us know, hey man, maybe you should ask for your shit back. I'm just saying. Seriously, so we're just that dumb and slow. We just don't do shit without somebody holding our hand, huh, Umar? Umar giving immigrants all this credit, but guess who he begging the most for donations for his school? FBA. If immigrants was contributing the way that he's saying, he wouldn't be begging FBA for donations. He'll be begging Nigerians. He'll be begging tethers. He begging the people who he know make shit happen, while telling you they don't make shit happen. He telling you black folks needed everybody else help to pop shit off. But yet Umar need black folks help, and he ain't asking none of them tethers that he putting above us. They so big with their contributions, they do it all, but they can't help you build your school. You leaning all on FBA for that.
Was around before they were born. You feel me? Pan-Africanists gave birth to it. Reparations for me is not about different groups and sects of the race fighting for their crumb off the big pie. This should be one fight, one reparation. Do you feel me, Loon? We can split it up how we want to split it up after we get it. But by you fighting divided for the same restitution,
it's not the same restitution. Everyone's situation is different. Slavery ain't a monolith. Some black people gonna realize that your family was never enslaved and that y'all was doing pretty good. That's right. Umar don't know that. Umar think every black person descended from a slave. That's not true, man. A lot of our people didn't descend from slaves. A lot of our people just never entered the institution of slavery. There was way more free people than what they telling y'all about in history. And a lot of y'all black folks are gonna trace your history back when it's time to get reparations and realize, oh shit, man, I don't get nothing. Yeah, my folks was never enslaved, man. There's gonna be a lot of y'all. So you can't just make reparations something to where it's one big fight with African. No, it's not. It's very personal. It's through your family tree. You gotta talk to your grandmother, your forefathers. You need your history when you go into the white man's courtroom trying to get reparations. So Umar is lying. FBA means we got to learn our roots right now through your mama, through your grandma. You start there. You don't skip over that and go all the way to Egypt. You don't really know who you are if you don't go through your genealogy, through your mama, daddy, grandma, and start there and go all the way back. And that's really gonna dictate who gets reparations. Because when you get back to a certain point, you will see, hey, my people were slaves or they won't, or they weren't. And you would have to present this in a courtroom. He act like we're gonna show up with a bunch of Nigerians and shit. No, you dummy. Every black person in their own state gonna have to go file for their reparations on a local level in their city courthouse or something. And it's gonna be a personal process per family. Meaning when your family go in there, y'all are gonna deal with the state or whatever to prove your family. No Nigerian gonna be able to help you with your own genealogy, you dummy. This is crazy. He got a stupid fantasized reparation, like it's so emotional and stupid. That's why Pan-Africanism is dying. It's so stupid and just silly. Like, really? Bro don't have no clue of how reparations are gonna be distributed. He just be talking. And niggas who just be talking out of emotion is dangerous right now for our people.
That's right. You playing right into the hands of your enemy. There was one slavery.
No, that's what you're doing.
Some of us to the Caribbean. There was one slavery. Took some of us to the Americas. There was one slavery. Took some of us to Central and South America, right? But there was one African slavery. So the Africans of the world.
It wasn't though. It wasn't though. Slavery is way more complex than a bunch of white folks going to Africa taking people all around the world. Like, that's crazy. Like, the word slave ain't synonymous with African. There were slaves everywhere. But in Umar's mind, all the slave, guess what how did they get there though? How did they get there? All of the slaves come from Africa. No, bro, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Not every slave in every land was imported. And it's stupid to think that.
World. From the continent to the British, Canada had slavery, Australia had it, right? We should all come and sit down. Let's fight this together.
See, I think
that's stupid as hell. That's stupid because every group is responsible for their own reparations. That's just facts. That's just facts. It's easier to fight it by group than thinking you finna get every slave in the world together to come on one page. When each of these people gotta deal with the power and authority in their own jurisdiction in the first place. Meaning your group got to come together in y'all land and deal with y'all government. If you don't do that, you coming together worldwide with all us and shit is just emotions again. It's just show, it's talking. It's not realistic and it's not how things would manifest to bring progress and if they were to go down.
reject
You
that.
would get it quicker.
Yeah.
You would get more because guess what? It's a united front. But because we hate each other more than we hate racism, because we hate each other more than we hate racism, I don't want to unite with no black Africans.
Look at that.
I don't want to unite with no Caribbeans. And you got
It ain't that we hate each other more than we hate racism. It's that we love immigrants more than we love ourselves. That's right. And we stopping all that right now. Because we've been Egyptians, dashiki wearers, Hebrews, Moors. We never said, you know what? I'm just a black foundational American. Fuck all the extra shit. Simple. And you telling me that's hate, nigga, that's love. I never saw black people love simply what they are until FBA. Because black people was loving themselves, but they was saying, I'm an Egyptian. And they was finding pride through Egypt. They was finding pride through Hebrew Israelites. They was finding pride with a fez on. I'm a Moor. Right? Now niggas is finding pride by just saying, I'm just a black man who built the foundation to this country. That's it. And I'm proud of it, nigga. Well, you don't want to be an Egyptian? Nope. I'm good. But you don't want to be a Bushman tribe? Nope. Oh, you don't want to be? Nigga, I'm just a black man that built the foundation of this bitch, and I need respect for that right now. Simple. Simple. That's beautiful. For the first time ever, we just saying exactly what we are and proud of that. You know how hard it was to get to this point? There was so long where black people couldn't find self-pride without cultural appropriating other people's shit. We woke up one day and said, well, damn, we dressing up like Egyptians and Nigerians, and when the Africans come over here, they putting on Timberland boots and fitted caps, nigga. That's right. Black people was finding pride with dashikis on. And the people that was selling us dashikis had on fitted caps and Timberlands. They wasn't even repping their own culture like we was doing. Same thing with Shabuzi. He come over here doing our music for him, not his. Black people woke up and said, why the fuck is we copying off everybody else when the world copying off us? And that's the foundation of FBA. If you hating on that, nigga, I don't know, you might not be black. I don't think Umar FBA for real. I'm starting to think bro is a tether for real.
Got Africans saying the same thing. I don't want to unite with no descendants of no slaves, right? I want to fight my own thing. So ECOWAS got their own fight. Black British got their own fight. Canada got their own fight. Black America got...
Because we never saw Umar's mother. We saw his pops. Bro, we can't prove that you're FBA, can we? Let me ask the chat a question. Is it a possibility that Umar may be a tether? Drop a 1 if it's yes, drop a 2. No, he black Sanchez, but he just cooning. He just an agent Sanchez. He black, but he just an agent. Drop a 2. Drop a 1 if it's like, well, we can't just say he black. We can't say he's FBA for real, Sanchez. That's still and can be investigated. Let's 1s or 2s. Because bro gives me real tether vibes. The more I look at him, I'm like, bro gotta be mixed with something. But at the same time, he can just be fully black and dumb as hell for real. That's right. Which is even dangerous. But bro may be hiding something. Cause maybe, I don't know, man. Yeah, I probably like a 1.5. I like that. We'll give you a 1.5, man. Because it's oh man. Yeah, bro is like the Umar worse than a tether for real.
Got their own fight, and it's sectionalized, sectarian.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody communicate with each other, so the white man going to play his old game of what? Divide and conquer, separate and rule.
That's why I wanted to have a conversation about the FBA and the Pan-Africanism, because that's what's going on. Although I hear when you speak, although you're Pan-Africanist, I hear some of the stuff I hear from foundational black Americans.
Well, remember, there's nothing wrong with advocating the rights of your unique group.
Now listen what that brother just said. He said, when you speak, I hear some of the talking points from FBA. But guess what this brother don't know? Umar just started doing that. That's right. I'm going to tell you what's crazy, right? People who know Umar know that he's fake, bro. He's fake as fuck. Because Umar gonna say what he need to say because he knows what platform he's on. So everyone know Umar wasn't talking like this, bro. Listen, Umar just started talking like this. Umar was attacking us for talking like Umar is a tether. If Darius McNair is telling the truth, he said Umar's grandfather was a Cuban. Now listen, people mixed with Cubans ain't tethers by default. You can be FBA and be mixed with Cuban. But Umar would be the literal definition of a tether if he's mixed and undermining us while cosplaying like he's fully one of us. That's what a tether is. You ain't a tether just because you're an immigrant or you mix with, no, we ain't that damn evil. Now, come on now. See, people want to make FBA like we just calling everybody tethers. See, the combination of you undermining us and your ass ain't fully one of us, that's what make you a tether.
A Pan-Africanist in South Africa can speak up for South Africans and still recognize the greater vision and greater goal of a united race. You see that? So as Pan-Africanists, we don't just focus on the whole. That's the goal. But we also got to take care of our people where we are. So I don't have an issue with the American African people.
This shit here kind of made me mad because Umar ain't been talking like this, man. Umar has not been talking like this, and this is fake. He's trying to co-opt the FBA movement, and he's taking these talking points. And I don't know why Umar think he's gonna reinvent these talking points behind Tariq Nasheed when you don't have the charisma Tariq got, the swagger he got, the support base he got, and the authenticity. He's an authentic. See, people can say what they don't like about Tariq and what they do like, but we know who Tariq is. We know his shit's like an open book. We can go to Cosmo Flats. So he's solidified. He's good. He's one of us. And people may say what they like or don't like, but he's there. He's FBA though. But you, bro, you on the wrong side of history, and people ain't gonna accept your legacy into FBA. They're not. Black people ain't gonna be checking on Umar. He's putting his legacy on the wrong side of history. And to think that you're gonna be remembered over Tariq is a joke. Like, to think that you can, it's weird because you got this off-brand FBA, but you keeping our same talking points. And you attaching your African agenda to it, and it's just all bad, man. Like I said, it's great value, Dr. Thunder. Or McDowell's. Y'all remember McDowell's? It ain't McDonald's, it's McDowell's. Home of the Big Mac, not the Big Mac. Oh, man. Yeah, Umar worked for McDowell's. And they be hating on McDonald's, boy. Now, tell me I'm lying. In the movie, the McDowell's people don't like McDonald's, even though you copying off of them, though. And that's Umar, though. Like, Umar is literally McDowell's. And he don't like McDonald's, but he copying off them, though. Like, man, this is sad, bro.
Having a black agenda for themselves that they need to carry out. It's only.
I gotta get out of here, though, y'all. We ain't getting no smoke no way, but I do gotta get out of here. Man, we reached our goal. We extended the show. It's 4 hours in. We was here. We had fun. We roasted this guy. and we look forward to the next one. I appreciate y'all, man.